Hello and welcome back to Roll4It, where your favorite YouTube streamers get together a couple of times a week to play some lovely tabletop RPGs. Of course, today we are playing World of Darkness just around the corner, and sadly we have no Bubbernaut. Bub is unfortunately ill, so send him all the hugs and feels, like hit him up on Twitter and be like, I hope you get well, because we need our Darian back.
R.I.P. Darian, he's dead now.
No. Oh, yep, no. There we go.
Damn, that's hard.
Yeah.
Guess we're gonna have to dream up another person.
Yeah, exactly.
Do we have to go through the whole 4-person dream bonding experience again? Because I'm not sure I can do that.
No promises.
Right? Yeah.
Not every time.
Okay. Very quickly, announcements. I don't know if we have anyone supporting today. Bentham normally tells me, but there's a wall of text in the mod chat, so I'm sure that'll come back in a sec. Sneezing. Not sneezing. Okay, not sneezing. God damn it, pollen. Trees just have sex with each other instead of in my nose, please. Thank you. Right. Very importantly, we do have one big announcement, which is 1 hour after we finish just around the corner, we will be doing another full 4-hour show, which is going to be Friendship is Magic, My Little Pony tabletop RPG show. That will be Margaret Crone GMing, myself, Dylan, Aaron Fitzgerald, and of course, Random Tuesday, Lauren, will be ponies. Absolutely lovely, adorable ponies. So
shot, meat, chaser.
Pardon?
I said shot, meat, chaser.
It's more like injury, meat, bandage, because it doesn't complement. We need to fix the situation. So thank you very much. That will be happening an hour afterwards. I will probably leave the stream running, so you can hang out, enjoy some fan art, and enjoy some hopefully lovely, adorable music in the meantime. Secondly, the support for this episode is Sim. So Sim, thank you very much for supporting the episode and making it possible to pay our cast today. Thank you very much indeed. You'll be somewhat responsible for the amount of feels we're going to have to go through, so I hope you can deal with that. I don't believe there are any other announcements, so in which case we'll go through to the shilling spiel. If you want to support the show, you can do so on patreon.com/roll4it, where there are a number of different tiers and goals. We're currently revamping the goals, and they should be revamped coming week or so. Awesome tiers and stuff include things like after show MP3s, in-game play with a member of the cast GMing a special game, sheets and stuff for characters and NPCs and monsters, and occasionally a GM poll for something like an encounter or whatever. Last month we ran one for, I think it was the traps and so on in one of the Layla episodes, and that was hilarious because Layla ran forwards and triggered every single trap in the center of the room at once, which was less than ideal. And there's a number of other awesome rewards that you can do, so just check over on patreon.com/roll4it, where you can find out all about them. And of course, all of those do get access to the Discord, where there is a lot of conversation and fun. It's been interesting seeing the just around the corner chat, where everyone is like, it could be this, it could be that, and Mathis goes, it could be.
It could be. I do love, since episode 1, the narrowing down of what they think it is, and obviously what they've ruled out completely, because it's since episode one, everything was fair game in their mind. And then each episode, they've knocked off, like, okay, it's definitely not this, it's definitely not this. And I think they're down to, like, 2. And they're pretty certain it's one or the other. So, we'll see.
Okay. It doesn't fill me with confidence still, but there we go.
Nope.
If you want to support in a different way, you can, like a Magnificent Meerkat just did with 11,500 bits, you can support over on Twitch with bits. Thank you very much. You can subscribe and gets you access to the Discord. It also gets you access to our lovely emotes in Twitch and in the Discord. Or you could use bits, like a Magnificent Meerkat. Thank you very much. Which go into the little cup down there. They bounce around and apparently mostly bounce out today. And of course, you can use tips if you so choose. You can tip as well. If you choose to support in a non-monetary way, or you don't want to support in a monetary way, or you don't have the money, you can still support. One of the best ways to support is actually just to spread the show. Let people know, like even just retweeting helps. Persuade people to tell them to tie them to a chair and make them watch, whatever you have to do. And yes, there's a question about announcements and so on. I am not wearing my cosplay right now because I'm going to be doing ponies afterwards as well, and it's very hot. But I do have a pony cosplay that I will be wearing. It's going to be fun. Okay. So with that, I think it's time to hand over to Mathis.
Okay.
Take it away.
Let's dive right in, shall we? Have you ever had a dream that feels so real you swear on your life that it actually happened? Every breath taken, words spoken, punch or kick thrown, or worse, gunshot fired felt real? That right before you meet your final moments in that dream, you snap awake with your heart racing, sweating, breathing rapidly as though you just escaped death's grasp itself. Fear pours through you. We tell ourselves it's just a dream, that nothing was going to happen, to calm down and get back to sleep. The next dream will be better. But what if it's not? That thought lingers. What if you hadn't woken up right before the bullet hit, or that kick landed, or the water overtook you and you drowned? What if you stayed asleep? Would you die? Would your body believe that you were in fact shot and shut itself down according to how it believes it should? It's scary to think about. Never really sure if the land of dreams is any safer than the land of reality. It's all in your head, right? Right. Of course it is. But what if? What if you never wake up? Stuck clawing at the walls for someone, anyone, to wake you up. Please, someone, wake me up. And the camera pans to the three of you hunched over Saren's body. Saren writhing in pain, wearing still the hospital gown that she found herself in just a day or so ago. And as Ida and Kara and Darian are kneeling over Saren's body, making sure she's okay, Darian collapses as well.
Oh God.
That's not good. Can I check him for something? Darian.
You're welcome to make a
Darian.
medical roll. Just make just a straight medicine check if you'd like.
Okay. Oh my God.
Two successes, actually. Great roll. And as you reach over and check to see if Darian is okay, though his eyes are closed, you do detect a pulse.
Well, he's alive. He's just. I guess he's passed out.
Ida, we need to do something.
What do you want me to do? I can't. Does your phone work? Call an ambulance.
Yeah, let me check. And I'll pull out my phone.
Yeah, you're in your phone. Quick check. It's charged and it's working. Remember, the three or the four of you are just outside the cabin, in the middle of the woods, and as always, it's nighttime.
Right.
Do you think they'll even come out here if I call 911?
And we checked Saren.
Saren is conscious. She was whining and bitching. She's awake.
Yeah.
She's in pain and not feeling great.
Pain, withdrawal. I should be unconscious right now, but I'm not.
EE
I'm bitten.
is muted.
You are muted, sir.
I thought he was just.
Me too. I thought it was being sassy.
Oh, there we go. Pain, unconscious, should be at least. Bitten, bashed, withdrawal,
Yeah.
hungover, probably. Like everything.
But you're conscious.
Saren is just not
wishing I was shut down. That's why I'm just very much just
Okay.
whining on the ground.
I'm like, oh Lord. And I go through my purse, maybe scrounge around for the bottom. I feel like I dumped my big bottle of pills.
What are you looking for specifically?
Just a painkiller or something to pop in Saren's face. Something.
You take some time, perhaps turn your purse inside out, dump what you've got on the dirt ground. I imagine Ida quickly kind of pushes everything aside, scrambling, and you can find a singular painkiller of a sort. You're not sure how old it is, but you've never seen even expired medicine seems to have worked for you.
This will work. Here, take this. I like Saren. Put this in your face.
Mathis, you know my backstory, right?
I do.
I would like to roll a composure.
Resolve plus composure.
Resolve.
You're welcome to.
2 successes.
Mm-hmm.
I I just back away against a tree. And I just like look like 100-mile stare like straight past you.
Okay then. Well, she doesn't want it.
Saren, I know you don't want to go back to the hospital, but I feel like we should. Darian's also on the ground, and I don't know what else to do. So I'm gonna do it. And I call 911.
Nice.
I also need to roll my willpower to not take the pill now.
Okay.
Which is 5, so it's the same as this.
You fail.
No, I slowly inch over, and I take the proffered pill, and I swallow it. Just dry swallow it.
Okay. You will have fought off your addiction temporarily. Kara, it's an emergency call. They answer the phone. You basically give you your best explanation as to where you are, and throughout the 911 call, of course, the operator wants to stay on the phone with you until the ambulance and the police arrive. While Kara is on the phone and Darian being unconscious, does Ida and does Saren want to have any conversation at all? Or does Saren mostly keep to herself, and Ida maybe, even though perhaps tries to engage, Saren doesn't engage back?
Sure. I guess I have a question. I guess they can't get the ambulance this far into the woods. We're gonna have to meet them.
You're gonna have to walk as best you can, at least as far as you can. What they will do is what they'll end up doing is they'll park the ambulance far enough out, but they'll still walk to you.
You'll come in to us.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But if you wanted to walk out and meet them at the road, that's also a possibility. It's your choice.
How hurt is Saren? Like hurt, right?
Not too hurt, but everything I have is lethal.
Yeah. So looking at Saren, she actually does look rather fucked up, to put it bluntly.
Okay.
The claw marks, the bruises are evident, and it wasn't that long ago that she was just in a drug-induced coma in a hospital bed. She's not
right.
looking
Okay.
great.
Well, all we can do is wait for this here ambulance to come and get us. Neither of them are in any shape to walk, and Lord knows I can't carry them.
Yeah, I don't think. We're just gonna have to wait. I
don't want to be here any more than I have to. I'm gonna grab Darian. I'm gonna try and move him.
Oh man, Demon. Okay.
I'll try to help her. I guess.
You can make a strength plus athletics check.
I have a point in athletics. Sweet.
Nice.
Oh, do you plan on? Is the plan to try to walk down the dirt road and meet them halfway, or meet them?
Yeah.
Okay. So Kara and Saren together, with a 2 successes on Saren's side and 1 on Kara's side, are able to, with a lot of trouble, and Saren, especially not feeling too good, but able to hoist him up, and maybe an arm on one shoulder, an arm on another, and dragging his feet behind him, walk down the dirt path. It's a long walk, and you won't make it all the way down the dirt path before emergency services meet you as well. And they rush over with some police officers and some EMTs as they see you walking on the dirt path, and they're like, kind of wave you down, and they're hustling over and to take care of you. The police officers, specifically one of them, walks up to the 4 of you, and perhaps to Kara or Ida, as Saren clearly needs attention, and Darian as well, merely asks what happened. How did you end up out here?
Well, in fact, we came out here to save my niece right there, that one. She was bad off, running the streets, taking them drugs, and we knew she was out here, so we came to save her. Isn't that right, Kara?
Yes, but she's fine. You don't have to worry about. She didn't take anything. Well, so she's not involved with drugs.
Her boyfriend beat her.
Don't arrest.
It was her boyfriend. She was running from her boyfriend.
Yeah. She was.
Manipulation plus subterfuge, please.
Damn it.
Oh, you knew that was coming once you started spewing.
Oh, here we go, gang.
Kara, you too. You try. You're trying to feed into this.
Oh, those 10s!
Wow. Ida is able to sell the lie, and while Kara isn't necessarily very good at it, Ida is good enough at it to cover for both.
Just
Uh.
awful, man.
And all the while, the police officer's basically taking notes and walking you back and making sure everything's okay. Now, something that the both of you, maybe even the three of you, think of. You're not stupid. As you're walking back to the ambulance, you know that Saren was at the hospital. That the fact that Saren is out here now and is heading back to the hospital is likely to raise many questions. How did Saren disappear? How is she out here? As far as the hospital knows, Saren just went missing when people showed up to visit.
Oh, can we follow him to the hospital?
Yeah, of course. The police officer is going to bring you all to the hospital as necessary, but it's just something that will cross your minds. This is something that I think you would all think of, knowing full well that Saren was under hospital care before the four of you ended up in a forest and then outside of a cabin. You don't know how long you've been gone. It could have just been mere minutes. Maybe the four of you were in the hospital the whole while you were in the woods, being in two places at the same time. You're not sure.
Okay.
You just know that she's clearly wearing a hospital gown.
I'm a terrible sleepwalker. I'm sorry for putting you all through this. I stare at both of them in turn.
Yeah, it sounds to me like that hospital needs to get better security. This is not her fault or our fault. This is on the hospital. I demand to speak to management.
Okay. So is the plan then to, if questions arise and if the hospital questions, to blame the security and Saren
Yes.
walk? Okay. I'm just curious. All right. You guys are escorted to the ambulance, and with with the police and the fire truck all there, and the lights are whirling and lighting up the dark woods on this rather cool summer night. You're escorted into the ambulance together, and you are all ushered off to the hospital on a decently long drive. Darian is immediately hooked up to an IV once brought into the ambulance himself, and is taken care and looked after. Saren, you two are hooked up to an IV as well once brought into another ambulance, and you are also looked over after, though they ask you questions like how are you feeling, they're checking your eyes, that kind of thing, since you are conscious. And they're doing everything that in their power to keep you conscious in the case that they're afraid that you might drift off to sleep or something. Ushered to the hospital, much like last time, Darian is also brought to an emergency room, as is Saren, while Kara and Harper are brought into their own rooms as well to get checked over and make sure everything's okay. Once deemed fine and healthy, Kara and Ida are released, more or less, from their hospital rooms after a few hours of going through procedures and kind of let go. The two of you will come together in the common room or the waiting room, where it's only the two of you. Saren and Darian have not been brought out, but that also does not necessarily surprise the two of you. What is your plan?
Oh, can we see him?
Yeah.
Doc.
Can we check on Saren or Darian?
The doctor or nurse or whoever is standing out there will look to the both of you and just simply say there's still procedures being performed on them right now. Visiting is not something that we can allow. Not yet, maybe, but tomorrow. If you return tomorrow during visiting hours, you're welcome to see your friends.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
All right, great. We'll be back tomorrow. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
I'm scared something's gonna happen between then.
We're not actually leaving. Ida says, tomorrow, right? We'll be back tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, tomorrow. Okay.
Does it look like there's a lot of security around? Could we potentially break in at night and slip in?
Yeah, I mean, the hospital rooms are always I don't want to say well guarded, but there's always an officer or two mulling about in the area, especially late at night. So right now, looking around, you see an officer just like casually, as you look around, one that seems to be posted near the receptionist desk. He's standing just kind of over in that area.
All right. Yeah, I don't we get out of sight, and I'm like, so we can do the whole Ida crazy bit again if we need to, or we could be more strategic. Because I agree, I don't think leaving them's a good idea. I don't trust this hospital.
Do you have something in mind? I mean, we already kind of have eyeballs on us after what happened.
Yes, I do.
What's your plan?
I am a old woman. A sick old woman. And you're just a nurse wheeling me down the hallway.
Oh boy.
All we gotta do is get you some of them scrubs, and I'll wear one of them backwards gowns with my bits show, and we'll roll right on through, and they'll never know.
Meanwhile, by the way,
Yeah.
can I tell the doctors and the attending like physicians, the nurses and stuff that I'd quite like to have my fiance, and I'm pretty sure that Darian would like his mum to be with him.
Yeah, you're welcome to. You're looking to be brought to the same room as Darian specifically.
Well, I'd like Kara and Ida effectively to be allowed.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were referring to Darian.
No, Kara would be the
Kara's your
fiance, and Ida would be the mother. That way we can get both of them in.
You're welcome to try and convince the doctor that's looking after you, that keeps coming in and out, kind of checking her vitals. That would be a. Let's see. You're lying as to what they are, but you're also trying to persuade them. But it would still be considered a bluff. So it would definitely be a manipulation plus subterfuge roll to convince the doctor.
Can I hit on the doctor as well?
Is he talking about a specialization that you may or may not have?
Seduction.
Or no? Yes, throw a 1d10.
Actually, no, it doesn't make sense because I'm trying to convince him about my fiance. That doesn't make sense.
That's true. Yes,
I just realized that.
That's also very true.
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. So the doctor. So what do you say? You're just looking to have them brought in, family,
Yeah,
and
just so they can be
stuff?
in the same like room and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. After a little bit of like, doctors like, let us run some basic tests on you first. Let's make sure you're okay. And once we are positive that everything that's going on with you isn't necessarily something that needs to put you in an isolation, more or less, he's willing to let family in. But he wants to run some tests on you first. It's going to take a little bit of time, but not much.
I tell him to, if he can just tell them that they'll be allowed to see us soon, because they get awfully worried.
He says he'll send a nurse out to inform them and let them know. So it'll be during Ida being basically maybe gesturing at some like a wheelchair and and some yeah exactly.
She's busy like stripping off in a closet.
Yeah, I'm like taking my hurry fast.
And then a nurse comes out and just kind of says, "Is there a Kara and an Ida here?"
Yes, that's us.
And a nurse kind of hurries over. Just word from your fiance and from your daughter. Yeah. The doctor is just running a few more tests, but after things are taken care of, you'll be allowed in to visit.
Oh. How
So
long? How long would that be?
Once the doctor's done, maybe no more than an hour or so. If you would just like to take a seat and relax.
May I ask, as a concerned parent, what kind of tests you're running?
Oh, just the normal like blood tests and checking toxicity levels and the like, and making sure she's hydrated. And
I see.
they kind of go over like stuff that Ida would know as kind of general practice stuff.
Does it seem like they're telling the truth?
Yeah, if you don't necessarily trust them, you're welcome.
I don't. I doesn't trust anyone.
You're welcome to see if you give me a wits plus composure check.
Okay.
Or give me a wits plus composure.
Did it roll?
I didn't get any.
There it goes. There it goes. Oh.
Cool.
4.
A 4? There it is on my screen. There we go. From Ida, she seems earnest. She seems rather innocent. Doesn't seem like she's lying in any way. But, in Ida's paranoid mind, doesn't necessarily mean that the doctor wasn't lying to the nurse. The nurse could believe what the doctor said, but the doctor could be the one lying.
I see.
You never know.
Never trust doctors. They put stuff inside you. Ida looked at her and goes, well, is there a place an old woman could get a cup of coffee while she waits?
And then the nurse, brings you to a little area where there's like vending machines and coffee makers. Most hospitals have that.
Yeah.
And you're able to make yourself a cup of a Joe.
if I were also interested in finding another family member that's not well here in the hospital, who would I talk to about looking that up, where they're located?
That would be the nurse. Like, kind of looks to you a little confused. That would be the receptionist.
We're a sickly bunch, my family.
Is there another that is
Just like a third cousin. I had heard he was Matthew is his name, that he's here in the hospital. I hadn't seen him since he went disappearing and all. Thought I'd pay my respects.
He's also a student of mine.
That's true too.
The nurse, as you kind of talk about Matthew, she doesn't seem to know what you're talking about or know who you're talking about specifically. But she says, like, if you're looking for someone in particular, the receptionist would be the person to talk to.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time.
Okay.
I'm gonna head over to the receptionist
Sure.
and inquire about
Matthew.
my student Matthew.
Sure. And when you ask and kind of talk, you realize the receptionist you're talking to is not the same one from the night before, indicating at the very least to you that, yeah, some time has passed. You're definitely, at least you're not on the same night that you left. The police officer that was stationed by the receptionist desk is different than the night before as well. So it's at least been a day. You can piece together. The receptionist, after, you giving the name and checking in, she looks at the computer screen. It's like, oh, it looks like he was let go yesterday.
Yesterday.
Let go. Did his parents come and get him?
Doesn't.
Well,
It looks like he was discharged from the hospital. I'm not sure who took him. I wasn't here.
There's no forwarding address or person that signed off on nothing. We just really want to send flowers, right, Kara?
Yes. Do you know who would know about who took him?
Again, all that's confidential, privacy matters and the like. I can't divulge that information. But he's no longer at the hospital. He was okay.
Well, Kara, maybe I kind of lean in and whisper, he's gone. We know this got to be the real hospital. This ain't one of them crazy dreams we tend to share.
No, you're right. I don't know where he could be though. Maybe I can ask the school.
Oh yeah.
Actually, what time is it currently?
Looking at your phone, it's crouching up on 1 a.m.
Oh, okay. Perhaps tomorrow I'll give the school a call. They're probably wondering if I'm even going to show up to work anymore.
Wait, wasn't there a second Matthew they were keeping somewhere?
Yeah. Well,
If you guys remember, you're welcome.
At the hotel, right?
he was supposed to be at the hotel, but he was at the hospital.
But it was at the hospital.
But there
Yeah.
was a hotel that they told you he was going to be at.
So maybe he's there.
I'm wondering if now that they've discharged him, they're keeping him,
He could be.
as a spare Matthew.
We could maybe once Saren and Darian are feeling better, we can go check.
Oh yeah, we could. Yeah, I was just thinking, since we got some time to kill, since they're, experimenting on Saren.
Well, I mean, we could go now. They said like an hour. If you want to try, we could.
You do know that the hotel is on the other side of town from the hospital.
Well, we're gonna have to walk, cause I don't have a car, or take the bus. We could take the bus.
You could also Uber.
What?
Or
What's
Uber.
I was about to say, what's it? Uber? Yeah, it's just, I don't.
We could. Yeah, I guess we could go there. We could go there. I'm just scared. I don't want something to happen again, because last time Darian and I had an encounter with Matthew, things went crazy.
You're right. All right. We're gonna stay here. I get impatient, like a cat in a cage.
I know. I don't know what's gonna happen next, but I just know if we go to Matthew, something might happen again.
Okay. So you wait then until to be called into Saren's room, and it's almost at the time where Ida, the sterility and the eeriness and the tiled walls of the hospital seems to be clawing its way into your own sanity. It is when the nurse seems to come out and break that creepy crawly feeling that you get in hospitals in general. Kara and Ida, as you say that, and you kind of turn to look at the nurse, I can take you to see Saren now.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
All right, and she'll usher you down a hallway, twisting and turning past a bunch of other emergency rooms before she opens a door and brings you into a room where Saren is lying with the bed slightly up, awake, and has been given something to snack on, a little something. It's a little hospital food, is what's in front of her as you walk in. The nurse smiles and will shut the door and leave you to your privacy. The hospital room itself is a pale blue. The window itself looks out into the town. Not a great view, kind of almost street level-ish. You see the street lights and you can see cars passing and people walking on the sidewalks. And that hospital food smell eeps into your nostrils. But you're alone.
Hello, fiance.
And
How are you feeling?
loving child,
Hi,
We-
Mom. Hi.
we missed you. Are you feeling better?
A little.
Well, we're glad you're not dreaming no more. Because this seems to be a real hospital.
You sure this is real?
Damn it, why'd you have to ask that? I was assured of it. Now I don't know no more.
I
Yeah.
don't think none of us
I've-
know nothing.
I've lost track at this point.
Your injuries seem real enough. They feel real.
They were real enough where we were before. And that
No, I took a bullet to the gut. That wasn't real.
But it felt real. I don't know.
It did. It hurt like some bitch. Okay. Sarah. Darian, he's in the room next door. He also just collapsed.
yeah, I saw.
Any thoughts?
Maybe it's justice for what he did to that little girl. What you and him agreed to.
Justice. Psh. What's that saying? It's justice.
Well,
Maybe that's the problem.
I don't know what happened to him. It could also just be the effects of whatever injuries that we had. I don't know, but it's been probably a day. We talked to the receptionist up front, and she said that Matthew's no longer here.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe he was over at that hotel room they had for him.
Didn't we, have a plan? I remember drinking, and we were planning something about, raiding a hospital? A hotel?
We did have a plan.
Wait, yeah. That changed when he wasn't there. Remember?
That changed when we didn't even end up going because.
Oh, yeah, that too.
But I don't even remember what the plan was, but we could try to go back there.
Well, I'm a little bit tired, but I can probably, and I try and leave myself
No,
out.
stop
No.
it. Stop.
It's okay. You should recover.
I take Kara's hand as she, tries to push me down.
Oh, Lord.
You should rest.
Yeah. You're the only one that knows how to use that there pistol, so. Oh, I know. While you rest, we'll go shopping. We could go get them guns and stuff we was talking about.
It is
That's-
like-
keeps-
2 a.m. or something, right?
I mean, we don't have to go right now. Ida doesn't sleep.
I'm pretty sure
we could-
shopkeepers do.
Oh. Walmart is 24 24/7.
Is it 24/7 in Madison, Indiana?
No.
I know. Oh,
There's not even a Walmart nearby. Where you got your guns was Madison Hunting Store or whatever it was called.
Yeah, I don't think now is the time to buy guns.
well, then I guess we're just gonna have to wait till everybody's feeling chipper.
I think that's okay. You know, we just went through a lot, and I think it's okay for everybody to just recover. Our bodies can only handle so much, and we've been through a lot in the past, whatever amount of days. And think that we should just take it easy for now, before things get crazy again and we start shooting werewolves.
That wasn't no werewolf.
Wait,
Whatever it was.
do we need like silver bullets or something to shoot werewolves with? I'm pretty sure I
It
shot one of them.
wasn't a werewolf.
I thought those were just stories. I don't know.
Stories don't come out of nowhere.
I
Matthew
don't-
looks so tickled.
I mean,
we could.
stay here. I ain't fed my cat in 3 days. They're probably
I
angry.
haven't gone to work in 3 days. I'm probably fired.
Shh.
Well, to be honest, if your work is
Shit
anything
job
like that
anyways.
dream, you can do far better than that.
Yeah, you're probably right, but
Although
it is
maybe
a
don't
job.
maybe don't stab the principal. That might be bad.
I mean,
didn't
it could be
stab
good.
her. You did.
Hey, and I fully stand behind that decision. He was being an ass.
I kind of did too.
I squeeze her hand a little bit.
Oh, well, look. Why don't we just let them rest? And we could just stay here. I'm gonna stay here.
You sure? I can give you the key to my RV.
Oh,
No.
okay. Oh, well, I guess we're staying here. My cats be damned. Gotta save the girl and Matthew. But nobody wants to go home and feed my cats.
Wait, didn't we pick up a cat? Didn't I adopt a cat
Yeah.
from you?
One of them's in the RV right now.
And we've left it for days. It's probably pissed everywhere.
Oh God.
You
I've done
really
that
should
before.
clean that up.
Don't worry, I've done that before.
There's probably still some of yours in there. It was a...
That's why I have a cleaner.
Well, why? Oh. Look, my old back cannot take sleeping in a hospital chair.
Look, Ida, you can go back.
I'm gonna
I'll-
go sleep in the RV. If I can't go home and feed my cats and sleep on my own mattress, I am sure enough not sleeping in a chair in a smelly hospital where they'll probably take my other eye in the middle of the night. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go stay. I'm gonna stay in that RV.
How does Ida plan to get back to the RV? Walk?
I don't know. Where's it at? Yeah, she'll walk. She I ain't never scared.
That means nothing to her.
And then I would drive it back to the hospital.
This is why I'm not giving her the key. I meant to give Kara the key, not
Oh,
Ida.
come on. Let Ida bring the bus back.
So Ida, if you decide to walk, it'll be quite a walk for you to get to the RV. You'll get there after about an hour or so of walking, maybe a little longer.
That's a lot of walking.
Ida shuffles at a speed that is fast for her age, but slow compared to everyone else. And when you get there, as you open the door, a cat comes bursting out the door.
Oh!
Goes running down the sidewalk.
Well, if you'd stuck around, I'd feed ya.
The smell of cat urine washes over you, as clearly this cat has been stuck in this thing for a while. And as you make your way in, actually, yeah, exactly.
Home.
And, exactly. As you make your way in, and it smells like home. Ida, you just want to crash here for the night and then head back to the hospital come the day?
Ida's gonna. Is there any way I could try to attempt to hotwire it? Ida wants to take the bus back.
There is a way to hotwire a car. I believe I know the role, but let me double check real quick.
Or you can keep searching for the key and just not search where you searched
Oh, is
last
it?
time.
Oh, is it in the? I thought you had the key. I guess
there's
maybe
two
I'll do
keys.
that.
There's two keys
I'll,
to the...
Okay, I'll search for a spare, and then if not, we're hotwiring this. Ida is stealing an RV.
All right. So if you want to search, it's just going to be wits plus investigation.
Okay, that's not too bad, gang. I may find what she's looking for.
2 successes. I will leave it mostly up to Saren how well hidden you have this thing.
What would be a roll to hide something?
If you were looking to hide something, I would say it would probably be something along the lines of intelligence plus stealthy, as you're not trying to hide yourself. You're thinking of a good place to hide a small object.
Okay. So you'll probably find the keys. Yeah, they were under the mattress, along with, a load of ammo for my shotgun, some old pictures and a birth certificate, and a couple other things. Like, all the really valuable stuff is under the mattress. Sarah's not that intelligent.
Is there money under there?
There probably would be, like, a little bit of money, like, maybe, like, $200.
Well, Ida's vice is greed.
Oh.
So she lifts it up and finds the keys. And then she wants to look at the pictures. What kind of pictures are there? She's nosy.
There's some, like... It's a variety. There's some family pictures from when she's, like, maybe 5 or something. And then there's some early, like, headshots and so on, like, maybe when she was, like, 7 or 8. Then there's a couple of pictures when she's, like, on the Disney Channel doing a few different shows or whatever. Some pictures with her mum. And a few things like that.
Ida, when you pick up the pictures and you're looking through them, you get that feeling.
That like the tingles?
The tingles, the pit in your stomach, the hairs stand on end, goosebumps.
Is there something I can roll with my danger sense?
Danger sense mostly helps with initiative, which we need to remember for combat.
Oh, I have unseen sense as well, I guess.
Yes, unseen sense is what's going off.
Okay.
It's when it's obvious enough to Ida that you definitely weren't feeling this before. It was when you started going through the pictures specifically.
Oh, interesting. They're not. There's nothing happening with the pictures. It's just the flipping through them, the nostalgia.
Yeah. As like Ida's first reaction is to watch them. They're not moving like a Harry Potter picture or anything like that. Of which Ida has read many times over because there's a lot of hidden meaning in the Harry Potter.
She still searches for Diagon Alley.
Right, exactly. You know it's real. It's based on something. You have to know it is.
I mean,
Yeah,
Ida's
stories are
person who
always
does
based on
travel to
something.
London, goes to King's Cross, and it repeatedly walks into the wall like, why cannot find it?
It's like a YouTube video of Ida.
Yeah, you're convinced J.K. Rowling is a ritualist of some sort.
Old lady walks into wall.
Cultist witch.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not like that. It's just when you started flipping the pictures, you started having those feelings that something is off. What it is, you're not sure, but you definitely have it.
Ida is going to take the pictures and put them in her purse.
Okay.
And she's also going to take whatever money's there and stuff that in her bra.
Sure.
Um,
You get a point of willpower back for stealing from one of your friends.
yes. Ida's the worst. Yeah, and then she's going to take those keys and, she'll sleep the night and boot it up in the morning and head back to the hospital.
Cool. Ida, normally I'd say anybody can drive, right? Driving is simple. Ida could probably drive a car with some trouble, even though she's missing an eye. However, a tour bus that's this old, that hasn't been driven in who knows how long, driven by an 82-year-old woman who is also missing her left eye, I would require a dexterity plus drive check, please.
Well, you should know. Ida's got some tricks up her sleeve.
That I do know this.
Oh,
Ida has
0.
3 in drive.
Oh wow, 3 and
Okay.
still 0.
But I still rolled a 0.
no.
That's incredible.
Thank you, Ida. We're gonna have words.
Ida, along the way, you swerve quite a bit. You don't necessarily nick into a car. You drive early in the morning when maybe everybody's, maybe not everybody's woken up, or late enough, or should I say late enough in the morning where everybody's already at work. Because you did need to get some rest, and you didn't get back to the RV until about 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
But a mailbox here, is scraping the guardrail there.
Who put that there?
Exactly. Almost bumping into a car, be able to stop it just barely. Definitely, maybe accidentally backed into a light post when you were too close over like a stop sign line, and you were like, no, I got to obey the law. You back up, you bonk into a light post. You definitely bonked into a few things along the way, dinging up more so the RV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I
But
get
you go to
out.
hospital.
She'll never notice. It looks normal to me, and she'll
Okay.
park it wherever, maybe probably in like 3 spots in the parking deck,
Yeah, in the general parking
in
area.
the general parking. And she'll hobble back in, knowing where they're at to go.
Sure.
To go find Kara.
Now, before Ida gets back in the room, Kara and Saren, was there any conversation you wanted to have throughout the night before Kara pulled up a chair and a spare blanket and kind of did what most people do in a hospital and try and get comfortable in the fetal position with a blanket over them and falling asleep to whatever reality show Saren has decided to pop onto the TV? If not, that's totally fine. I'm just curious if there's anything you guys wanted to speak about.
Do you trust Ada?
Do I trust her? As much as I can for an old lady. She's very eccentric, but I think she's trustworthy.
Even when it comes to giving away your students?
I don't agree with what she did. But in some way, I understand why she did it. She was just trying to protect us. But I can't say I agree with it. But I don't think she had ill intent. But it still was the wrong choice. Why? Do you not trust her?
I don't know, it just seems that anyone who would give away a little girl to just sort out a situation doesn't seem to be the person I'd maybe choose to trust.
No, I get what you're saying, and we should probably keep an eye on Ida. If she does something else that's
Yeah, well,
questionable.
how long before she does something else?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just we're kind of stuck in this with her and Darian.
I know.
But if she does something else, then I don't know.
By the way, we really need to practice with that gun.
Yeah, that would be great. If you could show me more, because
I'm definitely willing to show you more.
And so the night passes.
Specifically, before anything happens, I glance over Kara's shoulder at the door, and I'm like, looks like one of the doctors is watching us. Quickly, and I pull her in for a kiss.
Ah.
Okay, okay.
Just gonna make out for a minute.
And Kara obliges.
Right.
There we go.
There's
And
the
Saren's gonna shift over slightly on the bed, so if Kara actually wants part of the bed to lay down on.
Yeah, Kara will try. Are you comfortable?
It is incredibly uncomfortable.
Kara will try to sleep, but
Maybe more so than for a while.
And so the two of you attempt to sleep on a hospital bed meant for one, but for two.
The morphine helps.
It definitely helps you at the very least.
I'll share the IV. Do you want some more?
not me. I don't think Kara's gonna get much sleep, so
Okay.
it's fine though.
And the night will pass. You sleep intermittently. Ida sleeps like a rock. The two of you sleep intermittently every so often. Maybe you'll wake up a little uncomfortable, but you do your best. Morning will come. Ida will drive, and she'll make her way down to see Saren. By the time she gets there, it's probably around 11 a.m., somewhere around there. I'm sure Saren and Kara have been awake at least for a little while at this point. Breakfast would have been brought in. So the two of you probably are awake by the time Ida decides to bust on in to to the room itself.
I brought the bus.
You drove it here?
No, I pushed it.
I didn't give you the key.
No, but you didn't do a very good job hiding your spare set. Your mattress, really?
I just start detaching all the IVs I've got.
Oh boy.
I pull out the cannulas and I'm just gonna go down. I'm just gonna immediately just leave.
Okay.
Oh, wait, here are your keys. Okay.
Saren bursts out the door and just starts walking in a nightgown. You don't get very far before the nurses are like, whoa, 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 whoa. And, a couple nurses come out and be like, you need to get back to your room. We need to make sure everything's okay.
I've done this before.
They very sternly say, and we've done this before as well. We need to send you. We're going to bring you back to your room. Anything you need, you let us know, and we'll take care of it for you.
I would like my discharge papers, and I would like my clothes. And my shotgun.
Get back to the room, and we can get you discharged from the room. There's a procedure that must be followed.
Sure, now. And I turn back to the room.
Okay, so not too long later, all of a sudden the door opens. Obviously, Saren walks back in, and a nurse is in tow.
Would you do me a favor, sweetheart, and just give us 1 minute? Mother to daughter.
The nurse nods, but she says, I'm going to be right outside that door.
I will need some painkillers, because this is going to hurt.
The nurse kind of just nods and steps outside the door and shuts the door, but you do see her outside the door window standing there with her back to the door.
So, when I was finding your keys, you know how I tell you I get that tingling feeling deep down in my stomach? And things are watching us and it's not right. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, I know you do. It happened to me. It happened when I was looking at your pictures. Look, these right here. And I pulled them out of my purse and I set them on your lap.
I grabbed them. Immediately they come out of the purse, I grab them.
Ida, did you just go through her things?
What? They're just family pictures. Lord, you guys carry shame like a medal. Let it go. Now, it's more important is the feelings I got. Why would I get that spookly tingly feeling when I'm staring at your baby photos? You know what I'm saying? And that headshot, that is a nice headshot.
Oh, I'm kind of curious. Can I see?
What does Saren do? Does Saren just kind of, okay, there's a roll. Okay.
Oh, God.
What happens?
Oh, God.
I think there's someone right outside.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna stand up against the door, make sure my shoulder's covering the porthole, and then one-handed, I'm just gonna grab Ida by the throat and slam her against the wall gently so that it doesn't make a sound, but then just hoist her up against the wall.
Okay. Okay. So that's going to be a what do you call it? A grapple check is what you're looking to do.
Strength brawl?
Yes, strength brawl. Opposed strength brawl checks. I do.
Ida may fight back.
and Kara might.
Oh damn! 0 successes.
Oh.
Damn, that's unfortunate. Ida, you're welcome to make an opposed strength plus brawl check. If you roll 0 successes as well, then you're kind of just both struggling.
Okay. But I did take some brawl after that last sitch in the woods. You're ready to know it. Oh!
All right. Yeah, you do not get grappled. You're too quick.
Kara's also gonna just try to intervene, maybe grab Saren and.
Do you want to try and grapple Saren?
Yes.
Strength plus brawl.
I won't fight back.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I knew
That
that.
is vicious. Listen, just calm down. Don't take it so personal. It wasn't about getting in your business. It happened. It just kind of washes over me. It's like the government listening in your brain. I can't help it. But what I'm trying to say is that feeling, those tinglings, I've had them multiple times while we've been traveling in and out of crazy dreams. So you need to calm down and get over your personal business and understand that this runs deeper than that. And I want to know what it has to do with you.
My business has nothing to do with you.
No, it does. When it has to do with something bigger that we're all wrapped up in. Why would your pictures give me those senses, heightened aware, hair standing up on the back of my neck?
Maybe you've got a thing about stealing pictures of young kids.
That is not true. I have stolen lots of pictures of children. I've never had that feeling.
You know, sometime, some books, some cultures, some religions, if you steal something from someone,
I didn't
your
steal.
hand.
I gave it back. I brought it to you. Is what I did. See, you're getting all upset. I brought it to you in honesty. I told you the truth. I don't lie. I have nothing to hide.
Ida, I think that now is not the best time to talk about this.
That's fine.
It's almost at that particular. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Just about that particular time when you can feel up against your lower back, Saren, the door handle turning and a slight knock as the door gets some pressure pushed onto it.
I open the door without even looking.
A doctor steps in with a clipboard and paperwork.
oh, finally the doctor.
He nods. I hear you want to be let go, and Saren, everything at the very least on our surface level tests, outside of some rather concerning levels of toxicity running through your system, through medications that we have. That we were able to pick up in your blood tests, you seem okay otherwise, other than the obvious physical lacerations and bruising, but nothing that stitches that they already did the night before, more or less, won't heal in time. Now, we'd like to keep you here for another night to really keep an eye on you, but if you're intent on going, we can't do anything about it. Is this what you want? You want to go?
Yeah. I want to go.
Okay, and he kind of goes through some paperwork and hands it over for you to sign here, there, and whatnot, and maybe about 15-minute process of just some exiting questions and stuff. And he gives you a prescription as well for pain management. And he afterwards you're let go out and escorted out to the common room. Darian is still here. It's only the three of you out there, and they let you go.
All right, can I stop the doctor? Hey, Doc, what's wrong with our other a friend, the gent?
The other one you came with?
Yes.
He kind of looks down at his papers, like, the man is still unconscious, unfortunately. We're trying to figure out what's going on with that. We've reached out to family to let them know. And other than that, as always, patient-doctor confidentiality, but we're keeping a close eye on him as best we can.
Still unconscious. Wow.
Then the doctor will walk off, leaving the three of you in the waiting room.
Well, here's your keys. You can go home now.
Grab them.
Saren, do you want to go back to your bus?
I want to check what she's done to it.
I didn't do nothing. I brought it here. I thought when you left the hospital you weren't going to want to walk. It was a kindness. Everybody always thinking Ida's out to do them harm. Nobody trusts old Ida.
I assume this is the words that are being said, and as you guys are walking out of the hospital and heading to the parking lot, Saren hears her, but doesn't necessarily hear her. Kara, was there something you wanted to say? You said I kind of cut you off on my bad.
No. Actually, what day of the week is it? Is it the weekend or a weekday?
It is a Sunday.
Okay, so I don't have to call work just yet.
No,
So-
but as that thought crosses your mind and you realize that you looked in your phone, you didn't see any missed calls, but you do see, now that maybe it comes, you think of it, more presence of mind, you do see voicemails. Lots of them.
Can I check them?
Yeah. You are, and it is what you expect. The first one is you work checking to see if you're coming in. Then a little bit later, it's later on that same day, letting you know that don't worry, we've got a substitute, call us when you can. And the next day, similar messages, followed by one last day, letting you know you've been let go.
Well, guys, I just lost my job.
I have enough presence of mind that I stop being very angry about the bus, and I'm gonna go and hug Kara.
Okay.
You're a free woman.
Ada, shut
I
up.
guess.
What? She is. Now you can do whatever you want. Play your music free. Don't worry about them snot-nosed children.
I mean, I only moved here for the job, and what else is out here for me?
And anything you want. Well, that and some paranormal scary stuff.
First 2 of my students go missing, and then I get fired, and now all this is happening, and
Saren, when you are approaching the bus after giving Kara a hug and she's maybe talking to Ida and you kind of give a loop around, it's noticeable to you because you know your bus so well. There's dings here, scratches there, nothing irreparable. A lot of it is just surface damage. But yeah, there's a few dings and scratches here and there that were definitely not there last time you saw.
I would normally bring it up, but Kara is the more pressing issue right now. So I omit bring it up, and I'm just going to lead Kara inside, and I'll put the kettle on for a cup of coffee.
And the three of you make your way into your bus. What is your plan from here?
So, I think, just knowing what we know about Matthew, strange things happen when we go around that child. We need to be more prepared. That was, in fact, Saren's idea, and I think it's a good one. We need to get ourselves armed, and we should maybe drop by my house. Not defeat the cats, since everybody wants them to die, clearly.
what's at your house?
Stuff.
What could we possibly need to arm ourselves? Is at your home?
Well, you see, Ida, when I broke free of that asylum, I kind of dedicated my whole life to the occult and occult practices, if you can believe that. And, my basement just happens to be it has some things in it that might be useful. Just saying. Plus, actually, my husband, he, left behind a few normal weapons.
I suppose, yeah, we could, I guess we could get those things.
Saren's okay with that?
There's tons of
Probably
temple.
not.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to drive this here bus back to my house, and I'm then going to get an Uber, and I'm going to go pick up the car we left at the bar.
Oh, wait a second. You have a house? And we had a car?
It's a crappy little thing, but I prefer the bus to the... Do you not remember we were driving my muscle car around for the first 2 episodes?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's right. We put Ida in a muscle car. I do remember that.
Yeah, fair enough. We should do that.
Look, if you don't want to go by Ida's place, that's fine. We can go spend all, money or whatever. And
How about we drop you off, and then we go get the car, and we can come back, and you can find whatever you've got there.
you actually got to come back and get me.
I'll think about it.
All right, deal.
All right. And so you drive the bus, drop Ida off at her house, go park the bus at where it once was, and walk your way not too far to the bar where your car was left.
Is the car okay?
As you approach the car and take a look, you're known around these parts. This is kind of your local watering hole. Doesn't mean that you've gotten along with everybody here, and you've made some enemies here and there. So when you approach your car, while the tires seem intact, the passenger side window is shattered. Looking into the car itself, the radio is missing, and it's clearly been flip-turned upside down, as the car seems to have been ransacked.
Is there any CCTV around, or is it just, crappy bar?
No,
Yeah.
not for this little bar.
Do I have any idea who, particularly at the bar doesn't like me? Does anyone spring to mind?
No, not a particular person, and it could be local hoodlums. The car has been there for days.
This is the kind of bar that's probably open 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just take a second out and be like, Kara, do you mind for a second? I just want to check inside and see if anyone knows what happened here.
Sure, I'll wait out here.
Go inside. There's the bartender. It's Peter hanging out behind the.
Hi, Peter. I left my car here a few days ago. Seems like someone flipped it.
Yeah, I saw that. Couldn't catch him. I scared him off, but by the time I had noticed him, they had done their damage. I knew you'd be back eventually. You always
thanks.
This is probably the longest you've been gone, though. Everything okay? And he's kind of.
Yeah, had a bad turn. Had to go out of town for a little while. So you saw him?
No faces. It was dark.
I take out $100 and put it on the bar. You heard things, though. You know who roughly it was. You know who hangs around here.
He kind of takes his time. Can you roll me a manipulation plus persuasion at a +2 for the money?
Okay.
For the bribery.
Two.
He looks to the money and then reaches forward. He's like I said, ain't seen no faces, but voices sounded young, male. Didn't hear any girls' voices in there. Didn't sound like anybody I recognized. There are any regulars at the place, if that's what you're concerned about.
Sure. If you hear anything, you know my number.
Yeah, I'll reach out. Good doing business with you.
Always happy to. I had it side, Kara.
Yep.
Well, this is just not our day.
Yeah, not really. Put the shotgun back into the trunk.
Sure.
Right. Do we even bother picking up Ada?
I think we should. I know you're really not happy with her right now. But we might need her. And somehow we always end up together anyway. The four of us. So I say we should.
Fair enough. You can be my enough star in this. Get in the car, and
Okay.
I'm gonna give Ida a little time to think about what she's done. I want to pop to the hunting store and then to the gun range.
Okay. Pick up what you wanted to pick up prior and what we talked about.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I would like also to get engraved on it, just on the side, Matthew 20.
Okay. And you do. You buy her some time. You go to the gun range. I'm assuming you kind of let off some steam, try out the new gun.
And I also want to coach Kara as well.
Okay.
Yes.
And Kara, you take some free lessons from someone who seems to at least know what they're doing with the gun. You're not bothered very much while you're there. You're left alone. Nobody seems to interrupt. Ida, while you're back in your basement, what are you looking for specifically? You're trying to piece some things together in your mind, what you think you need.
Yeah, just a few, okay, so you have to understand. Yeah,
Just a
yeah.
flat occult roll from you. And
Yes.
And I can help you out.
Okay, great. Yeah. I can do that. 5. Yes, sir. Oh, I shouldn't have rolled. I was about to say I shouldn't have rolled it with strength.
Strength of cult. What would even be that test?
The
What was
cult
that
is
before?
strong with this one. Oh, it was still a 0.
Okay.
Gosh, I had a 5 die too.
So what is Ida looking for while?
Well, it wasn't so much just looking for things. I think there was a little want to maybe Ida needed some time and solace to hone in on maybe what's going on, or try to find like consult some books and things to try to figure out
okay, you want to do
more
some research.
information. Yeah. More than anything. I mean, there are definitely some things she's going to equip herself with. In fact, there's a snub nose that was her husband's in the dresser upstairs. Little things like that. But
yeah, absolutely. You're welcome
she's
to
more
grab that.
Yeah, she's more interested in information.
All right. While you're researching, then can I get because you're going to be there alone sometime? I would like 2 intelligence plus occult rolls, please.
Okay, so first intelligence and occult roll.
2 of them. Yep.
Whoa.
This will represent the hours you're spent researching. Incredibly good roll. Wow! You knocked it out of the park. Okay. Here's what
We know
Ida
where the
kinda-
bad guy lives. We know what his favorite food is.
Yeah. I know his first name and his grandma.
We know he was bullied as a kid.
We play bingo together.
So it's you start to piece things together, at least from what mortal occult knowledge you have. You start trying to rule things out, or maybe rule things in. Whatever it is you're dealing with seems to be affecting the 4 of you specifically, though why, you're not entirely sure. For one reason or another, it seems to affect the 4 of you on a level beyond consciousness. You've, at the very least, experienced one full dream together. Meanwhile, the thing that just happened to you now, you're not entirely sure if you want to chalk that up to something like a dream or a whole new separate reality. It doesn't rule out vampires in your mind. Vampires are good at manipulating people if they can lock eyes. You don't believe, Ida, at the very least, it's a werewolf thing.
Right.
You believe that if that was a werewolf that you fought, then there's so much about werewolves you don't know that you might as well throw out the book on werewolves.
Right.
So it doesn't feel that right for you. You also get your mind kind of goes to dream catchers. Maybe grab some dream catchers along the way. Maybe if it's vampires, your usual suspects, garlic, a steak, and such. But it also doesn't necessarily rule out magic.
Okay.
You know that you've read plenty, even talking about Harry Potter if you wanted to, plenty of spells and rituals that can affect someone while they're unconscious, or send somebody into unconsciousness, or even send somebody to a totally separate reality. Magic is boundless in so many ways, even in the knowledge that you have. And then there's things that start sticking out in your mind as well when it comes to the things and the people you've spoken with while in those dream states. Maybe it has something to do with Grimm's fairy tales, those horrible things that happen that before they become standardized and vanilla and child friendly, where those fairy tales come from, are always as dark and gruesome and grim as the things you've encountered. And they have a lot to do. You've got Hansel and Gretel, you've got Sleeping Beauty. There's a lot of different things that can go to your mind. So you start grabbing things related to more focused on the dreaming and and managing that, as opposed to something like, okay, werewolf, let's worry about that. And I say that's what kind of Ida spends her time. Books open. She's got a book of fairy tales open. She's got a book of the dead open. She's got a book on vampires open. She's got chapter 21 of the 6th Harry Potter book open. And she's just kind of doing her thing and grabbing what she can.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what she wants. And she'll leave with some stuff, and I can make a laundry list of shit, but she's more interested in information. So she'll kind of, she's piecing through it, and she'll share when she can.
Exactly. And you do that. And it's maybe by the end where you've got everything kind of packed away, a few hours pass before Kara and Saren will arrive in the muscle car that you can hear on the outside. You hear this like of the muscle car pulling up and parking, and then the engine turning off.
By the way, I completely flubbed the passage I wanted. It was Matthew 10:26.
Oh, okay, 10:26. Got it. Okay. What is that passage for maybe people who don't know?
So have no fear of them, for nothing will be covered that will not be revealed, or hidden that will not be known.
Okay. Now, you're here to pick up Ida. Ida, do you go outside or you wait for them to come get you?
No, I'll come out of, she has one of those like basements. It's actually like a cellar is what she's using. There's like a cellar door along the side of it. She comes like waddling out and motions for you guys to come down.
Should we go?
Fine.
Okay.
Okay. As you go downstairs, you see what I explained. Books flown open. Books on creatures that feed on fear, in dreams, on vampires. There's a lot of books on vampires down there. They're probably the most common thing that Ida has ever. Vampires and werewolves, for some reason, Ida, are just like pop culture fucking loves them. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
So you have so many books on them.
Yeah, tons of books on them. Yeah.
But yeah, she's got, like you said, and she's even got Grimm's fairy tales open. In just on first glance, none of this seems related to the two of you, unless you have a cult. Does you have a cult? No, Darian's the other one called. Yeah. So looking around, it's like vampires, fairy tales, things that feed on emotions and fear, dream catchers and stakes, and all of this does not look interconnected to you at all. It looks like chaos.
What is all of this, Ida?
This is my favorite place. This is my happy place.
And she kind of motions around. There's like dried herbs hanging from the ceiling. There's a wall of like formaldehyde jars with body parts and eyeballs and like, animal parts in them. And then there's another wall like right next to it that's got, vegetables and things like preserved vegetables in them. And she gets like everything in like one place. And she's got this big table kind of in the middle. And she calls out,
so I thought we just didn't quite have enough information. Maybe we didn't really we don't know what's going on. So I knew I could find something. So I started kind of thinking about things.
And I'll gesture to a wall where I've been literally like, red yarn trying to tie things together. She's like sticky notes everywhere. She opens up the inside of her jacket and there's sticky notes all over, and she's like, I got ideas and theories. Tons of them. Right. Okay. So I think, well, I don't know what I think, but these dreams we're having, we're tied together in dreams, and dreams are appear throughout literature and lore. They're important to tying people together, to tie in meaning in life together. I'm just saying, lots of dreaming going on.
Wow. Wait, what? Why are there laws about our dreams?
Not about our dreams, but about dreams in general. The way dreams are used to connect people. I think that these dreams,
No, I'm still. Why is the government making laws about our dreams? I'm confused.
Government's not making laws about our dreams.
You said there were laws about it.
There was lore. LORE, not LAW.
Wait, what?
All right, just talk. When you're growing up and you can't sleep and your mama walks in and she's going to read you a fairy tale. What? There's fairy tales about sleeping princesses and peas under mattresses and sleeping beauties and these fairy tales. Like I was saying earlier, they're not just based on anything. These come from something. Things people saw that they couldn't explain.
I feel like I'm starting to believe the government thing more than I am the fairy tale thing.
Well, if you're worried about the government listening in on your thoughts and feeding us dreams, I got a tinfoil hat for you. I got them in multiple sizes and shapes. And she points to like a wall where there's a bunch hanging. I'm just saying.
Sorry.
It's a lot deeper.
Go on with your theory.
It's not really a theory yet. I'm still working on it. But I've got ideas. I mean, vampires, right? We know they're not werewolves, because if they was werewolves, the silver would have hurt them. But we can't rule out vampires. Vampires feed on all kinds of things.
Wait, so they're like vampires?
No. Where in our dreams, things can be different, look different. Our subconscious feeds us what we need to make sense of a situation. What if it looked like a werewolf, but it really wasn't?
So
it was just a facade, something that we could mentally understand.
Well, that makes sense because there are no werewolves or vampires in real life. So of course we're dreaming of some weird.
Well, about them, they're vampires.
And I pull a book off the shelf that has a name that seems very familiar. Darian's, in fact.
Okay. The first Layla book.
The first Layla book. You know, I didn't want to toot his horn, but the first Layla book is, in fact, probably one of the best accounts of vampire activity happening right here in these here United States.
Okay, I didn't read Layla, so
Well,
you'll have to
okay.
explain.
I don't read.
The important thing is that
Books.
something is feeding on us. I don't know if it's vampires. I don't know if somebody is using magic to feed us these dreams. But I know that this is not as simple as just like, oh, we shared a dream. Four of us shared a dream. Matthew was there, but then he's not. He gets upset. We end up back in the cabin. There's things dripping and metaphors.
This does sound like something you would read in a book. You're right.
Yes, it does. Sound like something you read right in a book. And so I thought going through books might be a good option. Oh, and I have these for us.
And I run over to the wall and pull like a dream catcher, a really scary dream catcher. Like not pretty, not what you'd buy at some hipster store, like Urban Outfitters. Like the scariest.
It's like it's got like a human face like stretched over it in like some sort of skin.
She's used like fishing twine and old yarn, and cat hair.
And her own hair.
And her own, yeah, just to like piece together these, and they're tiny. I imagine they're like tiny, but she's got a couple of them. She's like,
these are dream catchers. In Native American lore, dream catchers were meant to catch the bad things that were coming through while you sleep subconsciously, the stuff that they can pierce through the mind, keeping the demons out. I think we need one or two or maybe three.
Well, there's like 4 of us, so we need 3, right?
Sure. I only got 3.
So do we just carry these around with us?
No. You put them over where you sleep. So we'll put let's one in the bus. We're doing a lot of sleeping in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sometimes the world is not black and white. I know that you live this lifestyle where you get up and you work 9 to 5 and you get your paycheck every 2 weeks and kids need to learn.
And Kara just
Saren just gives a look at Ida like, what the hell? Just hugs her again?
What I'm trying to say is we're feeding the man. You live your consumer-driven lifestyles, and you get up and you make your coffee and you read your papers and you read about the problems in the world, but we never think that they run deeper than that. That they could be something out there that we don't understand and we don't know. It's real. Those things that hide under our bed at night, the stuff that plagues our dreams, stuff that makes kids cry out in terror. They see something you don't. Those tinglies on the back of your neck, that whisper is what you hear, but you feel that. That is what I'm talking about. Whatever it is effortless.
Okay, like, I'll take one if it will just shut you up. I take a dream catcher.
There. See? Now don't you feel better? Take one of these here too.
She hands him a steak and a tinfoil hat, and a garlic necklace, and she's like, "All right,
you guys got some guns too, right?"
Yes.
Got something.
Okay, great.
me too." And Ida whips out like a snub nose 35, and she's got to like waving it out.
This was my husband's. I don't really tend to care for firearms. I prefer more supernatural means. But it might come in handy.
Roll for it.
Saren puts the stuff down. Ada,
Yes.
don't you dare steal my shit again.
I didn't steal nothing. I gave it back.
That's still stealing.
I brought it to you. Why? Because I temporarily changed it to my bag and then into your hands? I apologize if I upset your sensitive nature because I looked at your family photos. You're a cute kid, by the way.
I'm not even going to test that. I pull out the 44 Magnum that I just bought, and I'm just going to, like, aim it very briefly at Ida before moving it to the side, point blank, and I'll fire it right next to her head.
Oh. Ah!
Whoa!
You fire the gun, hitting something on the wall, maybe a skull that she had kind of sitting up on a shelf, and the skull shatters. But it's not so much that the skull shatters that worries Ida or even Kara. It's the surprise, the loud bang in a basement, and the outer deafening ring in your ears that lingers for quite a while before you can start hearing again.
Well, it works.
What'd you say? Oh. Well, if we're done with formalities, I say we pick up our packets I made for us in these gallon bags.
She like put steaks and garlic and like sage and stuff in like gallon bags for everybody.
Kara grabs one. Well,
Good.
I guess we're well prepared now.
It's true. So, to the hospital?
Or we can go back to that hut. We can go back to that other place, and we can go look for that girl.
Or
I'm sorry. It might be the gun ringing in my ear. But did you just say you want to go back?
I don't want to go back. But sometimes you gotta do what you don't want to do.
So sacrificing yourself is the way to save that girl.
well, what about Matthew? We could go back to see him. That is how we got to where we were.
I want to go see Matthew. I want to go see the Matthew that's living in this here reality.
Fine. If nothing shows up, nothing happens, go find
Yes,
the girl.
we'll take ourselves a cabin trip.
Good.
I think that sounds good.
Then I'm aboard.
Oh, hot dog. Let's go before she changes her mind.
So you pile into the muscle car. Ida, when you step outside, the muscle car is not how you remember it. There's a busted window on the passenger side door, and it looks like the inside has been ransacked. I don't know if Ida says anything, but it's something that Ida definitely noticed.
She doesn't say anything.
It's a nice looking car you got here.
As I hobble in the back seat, try
I
one
imagine
leg
both
at a
of you.
time.
And you drive yourself off to the Western Side Hotel. Approaching, the hotel is not occupied or doesn't seem very busy. That's not surprising for Madison, Indiana. And Madison, Indiana isn't really a tourist city in any way, and those who are staying here and in the hotel are typically here to visit family, and only if the family doesn't have room for them in their own house. So it's quiet. But there is a patrol car outside, which doesn't surprise you, as you know that Matthew himself did have police protection when he was at the hospital as they waited for his parents to come pick him up. It's maybe a little worrying right away, but it's also a good sign for the three of you. It means that Matthew is probably still here and the parents haven't picked him up yet. What is the plan to get to his room? Just ask the receptionist where he is and then see what if there's police there. I'm curious if there is a plan.
Did we have a plan when we were last going to do this before we got drunk?
I vaguely remember there was a plan. I also vaguely remember Darian taking his trousers off. It's a bit of a blur. Maybe that's part of the plan.
I don't remember much.
Okay. Well, we could make a plan.
I don't think they're just going to let us go up to his room, so we need to figure
You're
something
right.
out.
We can distract the cops. We can, maybe we could pay them off. Some cops are just corrupt enough to take monies.
Or we could pose as some room service.
I vaguely remember something about room service.
I kind of remember that also.
Oh, I like that. I mean, other options, we could just distract the cops.
How big a hotel is this? Like, how many people do they have on like the check-in desk? Is it just like a one-person deal, or is it like there's like a 2 or 3?
Yeah, it's a one-person deal. It's not a big hotel.
Okay. Do they have do they hold mail for people at this sort of hotel, or is it like a cheap ass hotel?
No. I wouldn't necessarily call it a cheap ass hotel, but if there was packages, maybe they'd hold them at the front desk. But there's no like mail slots or anything like that.
Okay.
We could. Do we even know what room number he's in?
No clue. I can't imagine there's too many people staying here right now, but
I mean, if he's got all these cops, I suspect they're probably standing right outside his door. I bet we know exactly which one it is.
maybe one of us can try to survey the area, check the floors, see if we
Yeah,
can
we can
find
all
anything.
take a floor. Meet back in the lobby, get a drink. Find Matthew.
Oh, that's a good point. Storyteller, we slept last night. Did we heal
Yes.
any? And also, is the interval correct for me making another check for drugs?
You are, yeah, if you don't want, oh yeah, you didn't go pick up your drugs, did you?
I picked up.
Or would you
I
say you
assumed I would
picked
pick
them up?
like if the hospital didn't give them to me on the way out, I'd have picked up.
Yeah, so if you want to try and hold, you're welcome to make a willpower check. If you want to try.
I'll try.
You need to roll 4 successes.
So that's going to be a. Oh, close.
So you are unable to hold back.
I pop a pill.
Okay.
And
And
we heal?
yeah, you're gonna heal up all of your lethal. You're gonna still, I would say, Saren, you will still have about 2. No, you're good. The time in the hospital, the stitches. I'll let you sit there with 1 lethal lingering, but that's just
Okay.
over time to heal.
So 1 lethal that will heal over time without another hospital visit. Cool.
Yeah. Everybody else, you guys are looking good.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, give me a second. I'll find out. I walk in. I would like to get a room, and I ask for a room on like the top floor.
Okay, that's the 5th floor. It's not a very big building.
Sure.
And they will take information. They'll charge your card, and they will set you up with a room.
And I'm going to go up the stairs to the first floor, or second floor, and I will look around.
Are you gonna do that with each floor?
And I'll do that with each floor.
Okay. It's on the 3rd floor that you pop out and you look down the hall and you're kind of exploring, and you do see a patrolman leaning up against the wall, kind of scrolling through his cell phone, clearly distracted and just kind of hanging out.
I'll go back down.
Okay. As you go outside, Kara and Ida are
I
hanging
chuck the door key at Ida. Now I have somewhere you can stay that's not in my RV.
And that's for me.
It's better than you pissing in my RV again.
I didn't piss in the RV, the cat did. And you, if I remember correctly.
3rd floor, room. What room was it?
It's like it'll be room like 34.
Room 34.
Is it near Matthew's room?
Well, unless someone else has police protection out front of their room.
Oh,
See?
so he is there then.
Now,
And
if you
it's
want to
only
talk to him, you'll have to find a way through the door. I can distract the guy on the door easy enough.
I forgot to tell you, Saren. I apologize. This is something that Saren would take note of. The police officer that was lingering outside the door is one that you have a vague memory of during the school event.
Ah, the one I talked to before.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. That's
Small
easily,
town, not too many cops.
That's easily done then. Okay. Okay, yeah, I can distract him. You're gonna find a way to go through the door.
Okay.
What
How?
is palming something like a key card or something? What would palming be as a test?
Like to hide, like grab something off somebody or
Pickpocket something.
pickpocket off somebody. That's dexterity plus subterfuge.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll need a way to get into his room, even if you do distract the.
Give me a second. I pop back in. I want to just find like a maid of a cart or something.
Yeah.
I'd like to. Does she leave her keys on the cart, or does she got the keys on her? Or him?
The has it on her
Okay.
as she goes from room to room.
Excuse me.
And she kind of like perks up as you kind of get in. She's like, "Oh,
I
hello."
was
And she's
wondering,
got a
I
smile.
heard that room 34 was making a lot of noise last night. And is it okay? And it's like I put my hand on her arm as
Okay.
I asked her, I'm going to just try and subtly take the...
Yeah. All right. Go for it. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's subterfuge. One.
Okay. And you just look to grab the keys. And you know what? Let me Okay.
Yeah!
Nice.
As you reach to palm the keys, you're able to, as you're kind of talking to her, slip off and grab what you're looking for and slide it into your back pocket without her seeming to notice.
I was just wondering why 34 is making so much noise.
Oh, I didn't know that room 34 is making all that much noise. I'll be sure to report it to
I don't want
the
to bother them
managerial
unless
staff.
maybe if it like happens again or something. I don't want to bother them for just like one time or something.
Okay. Well, if you have any complaints, I would suggest going down to the front desk and reporting it there. They can talk to the managerial staff and take care of it from there.
Sure.
I can only do.
Thank you so much for your help. I don't want to bother you. Just have a good day.
And she smiles and is gracious.
I go back down. I've got the card key.
Wow. How did you manage to pull that off?
I can be charming when I'm not around someone like Ada.
It's all right. I rub off on people. You're welcome.
I really don't want to image that in my head.
You might.
That's for Darian to deal with.
Oh, Darren ain't dealing with much right now since he's still laid out at the hospital. Poor fella.
Seems like a guy you might actually be able to pull.
Last time I checked, you was pulling.
Yeah, some of us have got standards.
With every person under the age of 40 in sight.
Look, guys, I know that there's some little hostility between the two of you, but we really need to work together in this right now.
I have no hostility in my heart.
Nah, just in your soul.
Oh, I don't have one of those. It was taken long ago when I watched him sacrifice my husband on the altar at the church. Bleed him dry.
Okay. You know what? I'll take the key. Saren, you do your lovely charming that you do, and Ida and I will try to go and see Matthew.
All right.
Whatever you think best, dear. And I'm going to give her a kiss on the cheek, and I'll head into the reception.
Okay, you go ahead and head inside. Do you just head to the third floor to try and distract the cop, or do you have another plan?
I have another plan. I'm going to go to the reception.
Okay.
I just parked up out front, and I think someone smashed my window on my car. I saw you the police car up front. Is there a cop around I can speak to really quick?
Yes, but he's on duty right now. But I can call somebody from the station.
I don't want to bother them from the station. I know they're hard pressed at the moment with all the missing persons stuff going on, and I just want to say to keep a lookout for any weird kids or whatever.
Manipulation plus persuasion.
Okay.
There's a 10 in there. Okay. So you kind of say what you were saying, where you don't want to get anybody else to send. She's like, well, I can reach up to him and see if he'd be willing to jump down there real quick. If you just give me a moment. And she makes a phone call real quick, and sounds like she's talking to maybe management staff. After a little bit of words back and forth, she hangs up. She looks up. It's like, they're going to ask the police officer to come check it out. If you want to stay right here, and you can show him what's wrong with the car, and we'll see what we can do for you, and go from there.
Sure. I'll just go stand outside right next to my car, just because I don't want anyone else.
And your name
attacking or
was? I
smashing it.
apologize.
Saren.
She writes it down. All right, Saren, if you want to go outside, I'll send the officer out as soon as he makes his way downstairs.
Sure.
Okay.
As
And
I
you
go
go
out,
outside.
I wink at Kara.
I think that's our cue.
You're muted, Ida. Okay.
That's good. That's what she tried to do.
Okay, gotcha. That's a good thing. Got it.
That's
So
the
as
plan.
you walk your way and you wink over to Kara, Ida, and Kara, that will walk by you. As you walk into the hotel lobby, you see a police officer being talked to by a receptionist, and she seems to be pointing out there. Kara's out there. And the two of you make your way to the third floor. You see no officer on the floor, as you had hoped, and you make your way to room 34. What do you do when you find yourself outside the room?
He knows you. You should talk to him.
I will. So key card.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna try
Just
to open
unlock
the
it?
door. Yep.
So
just
just with the
unlock
key
it.
card, you kind of push it in. The light goes from red to green. You hear the lock pull back. You open the door, and as the door swings open, we will take our break here, and we will be back.
Oh God.
Oh my god, I forgot about a break.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too tense. I don't want a break. And Dot, I love you really.
I know, I love you too. I was like, I really hope that people don't think we hate each other. Like, I am so for our sass talking.
It's
I
brilliant.
love it.
I just wish Bub was here because he's got such good sass talk as well.
He does,
I know.
but
He
his
really
is so
does.
straight man sass. It's like very level-headed,
Yeah.
neutral, grounded sass.
It's like
Kara,
right back
the-
at you kind of sass rather than the back and forth.
The only one trying to mediate the group here. Everybody else
Yeah.
wants to fight.
Poor Kara is stuck in the
I know,
middle
like
of it all.
guys, let's all just work together.
Hey, I'm still tempted by justice. I might just take Ida's hand at some point for stealing. I'm tempted. I'm tempted.
Yeah, you don't know about the money yet. I thought about making
Oh,
really
Saren probably
big-
knows about the money. Saren doesn't care. Saren has a lot of money.
Okay. Well, I was gonna hand it back to you to fix the bus.
Oh no, Saren
would've been such a
Saren
big
cares
thing,
like
though.
zero about $200. She cares everything about those pictures.
That's why I gave him back. But Ida cares about $200. Yeah, but that's a lot of cat food.
That's a lot of cat
That is
food.
true.
Yeah.
That's
That's
a
a lot
lot
of
of
cat
cat food.
So,
I guess
speaking
through
of
a good
cat
week.
food, if you want to support the cast and allow all of us to purchase cat food, because we
True.
pay our cast here on Roll for It, you can support us on Patreon or on Twitch or with bits or tips, and all of that will go into being able to afford the show and pay our cast, and then they can buy all the cat food. Which is there a cat there, Tracy?
Yes.
Oh, we just see it. I see a tail.
Yes, we all have cats.
We all have them.
All of us
Four
are
of
cats.
Yeah, we have cat mouths to feed.
There we
And
go.
Ida has 25.
One of each of Ida's cats.
So we're going to go to an 8-minute break. Feel free to enjoy some fan art, and we'll be back shortly. Hello, welcome back to Roll4It, where we are continuing the discussion in the break, by the way, of Ida's favorite food. What is your favorite food,
Afternoon
Ida?
snack. It's it's sweaty cheese and cat food crackers
Oh, yeah.
Together.
Yeah.
combined. You just you just scoop a little like wet cat food just on top. It's just like a dollop.
God.
Cracker, sweaty cheese, and a dollop of cat food.
Oh, right. Well, that's one way to get back into character. Mathis, take it away.
So the hotel door opens. Kara and Ida stand there as it swings open, and what you see before you in the hotel room is Matthew
Oh,
sitting in bed, going through his phone. His
Matthew?
head will, snap over to you when the door opens.
Matthew, hi. Don't be alarmed.
His eyes widen as he sees you and Ida.
Do you remember anything from the hospital when I came to see you?
Why are you back here?
Because we still need to talk to you.
Why? What? You were in my room one minute and then you weren't the next.
What happened?
I thought I dreamed you. I thought I dreamed you. Why are you?
Matthew, it's okay. We're not gonna make you do anything that you don't want to do, or talk about anything you don't want to talk about. But
where's the officer? Where's the officer that was outside my room?
He's still outside. It's all right. We're not here to hurt you or bother you. We just want to talk and make sure you're feeling all right. How you feeling?
I feel fine.
Hey,
My parents are gonna be here, and I'm gonna go, and I can leave all this shit behind.
That's true. Should we tell him about the dream? Seeing you know who that starts with an L?
Yes. Matthew, when we left the hospital after seeing you, we were taken somewhere and we saw Lilia again.
His eyes, while wide, widen even further. His pupils clearly dilate as he perks up. What do you mean you saw Lilia?
We saw her in what seemed like a weird dream.
And why are you telling me? Why have you told the police officers? Why haven't you brought them there?
We did. They're working on it, but we wanted to make sure she's not talked to you.
No, I haven't seen Lilia since that night.
So I'd like to know what exactly happened.
I told you, I don't know.
Matthew, we want to save Lilia. And because we saw her again, we feel like we can save her. We know we can save her.
He shakes his head. I don't know why you're coming to me. You telling me you saw Lilia, and your first instinct is to come talk to the boy that she was with the night she disappeared?
Why are you upset, Matthew?
Because you insist on reminding me over and over about that night. I thought you were a hallucination.
You hallucinate about old women?
It was the first time.
Matthew, have you been having strange dreams?
I haven't stopped having strange dreams since that night.
What if I brought you a present, a feel better present?
Ida reaches in her bag and pulls out one of the dream catchers.
And she says, "This will make your dreams feel better. I promise. All you gotta do is hang it up."
He just kind of stares at you blankly, angrily. His eyes glassy, as you can tell. He might be watering up a little bit.
Matthew, while you were gone, did you see any creatures?
What do you mean? No, I told you. I was being chased by something, and I never got a sight of it. I heard it, I knew it was there, but I never saw it.
Hey, all right. We believe you.
We encountered something while we were with Lilia, and we're not sure what it was. But we were wondering if maybe you had seen something too, or what?
No, I ran and I ran and I ran, and then I ended up back here.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Anything, can you tell us about your dreams?
What do you want to know? Why aren't you talking to the cops? I don't understand. I do. And he kind of like cuts himself off. Do you think I did it?
No.
Is that why you're talking to me? Because you think I'm the reason she's missing?
No, in fact, I don't.
No, not at all.
None of this makes sense to me then.
You're right. I'm afraid that somebody is using you, Matthew. You are a pawn.
What do you think I can do to help you?
We expect nothing from you, right, Miss Kara?
Right.
We don't want nothing from you. We're like I said, we're just here to leave this gift to tell you that we believe you, and we are going to do everything we can to make you feel better, and make sure that your parents come get you and take you home.
They'll be here tomorrow, and I'll be out of this hellhole of a town.
You're right. You are right. How about this? Kara, you know Miss Ida's cell phone number, don't you?
I look at her.
I don't have a cell phone.
Look, Matthew, if anything else comes up, just call me, okay? We're still going to be here and still trying to figure things out. But if you have anything that happens, any questions, or just anything, just call me, okay? We're not here to hurt you. We're here to help. And we don't think you did anything wrong.
He doesn't respond, though he just kind of keeps darting his eyes back and forth between the two of you.
Well, I'm gonna leave this right here.
And Ida just kind of like lays it on the bedside.
Yep.
And
He
we're
watches you.
Yep. Will, you know what? I bet we'll hear from you soon, Matthew.
And I just write my phone number down on one of the notepads.
Sure.
So he has it just in case.
He just watches the two of you the entire time you play something on, then write your number. His eyes never leave the two of you.
Miss Kara and I, we've got lady things to do, don't we, Miss Kara?
Yes. We'll be on our way now.
Goodbye. Sleep tight, Matthew.
And the two of you leave.
Don't forget, Matthew.
Yeah.
Call me if anything happens.
Call your teacher.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you're not his teacher anymore.
Okay.
You don't
And
have
so
to,
you-
yeah. No, okay. Go ahead.
It doesn't.
Nope. And then so you leave the room and shut the door behind you as he watches you leave. Do you say anything now, or do you wait till you go outside?
I wait till the door is totally closed.
Yeah.
Door clicks and you can hear the lock.
I whisper.
I don't think that's
You don't think it's him?
no.
Do you think the one that we saw in the dream is Matthew? Then what is he? Is he just a...
He's so angry and volatile. Matthew inside the dream wanted help. He wanted to help us, and he wanted us to help him. I mean, I don't know Matthew from a hill of beans. You're his teacher.
No, you're right.
It's strange to me. He kept his eye on us like a predator the whole time. Do you feel it?
I thought maybe he's just so shaken from everything that...
I should have said, however, and I apologize, this is on me. Ida, when you walked into the room, you'd had that feeling you had the first time you saw him. The gut feeling, the hairs on end, that kind of thing.
It might be fear, but the only fear I felt was my own.
And she pulls her sleeve back and she points to the hairs on her arm, what's left of them. And they're standing like on end. And she's like, see that? That won't happen.
Is there a way for Kara to do some sort of like insight, like this maybe might not be the Matthew I knew, or is it just
like a sense motive type deal?
Yeah.
A wit plus empathy is technically how you do a sense motive. So if you want to roll a wits plus empathy and see, like, you know, for when you were speaking to him.
Let's see.
You rolled a 10, 2 successes.
Nice.
Good roll. So the impression you get off of Matthew is that you don't think he's lying, but he does come off as incredibly confused. But it doesn't seem like the words he's spewing come off immediately as like bold-faced lies. At the very least, whatever he's saying, it seems he believes what he's saying.
I don't know, Ida. There's definitely something up, but maybe I don't know.
Ida says, well, let's go save Saren from that cop.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. As you make your way outside, it's at this point, Saren, the cop's already overlooked your vehicle, has taken details, but at this point, it's become light conversation. He quite enjoys your company, as you've discovered. A lot of flirting from his end, and whether you reciprocate or not is up to you, but he's very much attempting to prolong the encounter the best he can.
We'll let him prolong the encounter because I don't know how long they're going to take inside, so I'll just be going to idle chit chat if he seems like he's trying to be
he's very receptive to idle chit chat, and you keep him there until you even see Ida and Kara walking outside.
My mother is here. I have to take her to a hearing aid appointment. We should be off. Thank you so much for your time. It was lovely chatting with you again.
Kara walks up and like puts her arm around Saren, like, oh, so did you find out what happened with your car, dear? Sweetie?
When you say that,
back around Kara and be like,
when you say that,
the fine gentleman was going to look into it for me.
Okay.
he smiles. He's like, right, yes, I am going to take care of it. I've got all your information. If anything comes up, we'll reach out to you and let you know. And he kind of hurries the conversation to a close, and then he'll walk off.
I believe you, dear,
an
are such a
exasperated
troll.
sigh of sadness.
Was, you wanna tell him, or you want me to tell her?
Saren, we didn't get much else out of Matthew. He still is completely shaken. And we don't even know if that's the right Matthew.
True. I don't think it's Matthew.
Do you want to pop up there with the shotgun?
No.
I don't know. He doesn't even seem willing to help us with Lilia. He just wants to leave this all behind.
Yeah, he keeps talking about his parents coming to get him tomorrow.
I feel like the Matthew I know would want to save Lilia.
Tracy, you're a little bit quiet. Can you turn yourself on, move close to the mic?
Yeah.
It could be Zoom auto adjusting your microphone if you haven't turned it off. It does that.
Oh, if it's got the auto adjust on, oh god.
I don't know if that's even the right Matthew, and he doesn't seem willing to help us find Lilia.
That doesn't sound like Matthew.
No, it doesn't. He didn't talk like him either. He was angry and fierce. Watched us the whole time, everything we did. Oh, but I left him a dream catcher, and and Kara left him her number. For emergencies.
In case anything happens and he he wants to call us.
Well, I hope in case anything else happens, you can feel free to call me.
I will.
I'm looking like directly at Kara.
Oh.
Like, just in case you happen to need anything.
You don't even need to ask, of course.
Give her like a peck on the mouth and then get in the car.
Okay.
I'm coming.
It's like, third wheel.
Just leave Ida behind.
So
One second. We just dropped about 1 billion frames. And we're back to normal. I don't know what that was. Like
Weird.
The bit rate was correct. It's just the frames all started dropping.
Huh.
Oh, we're back now.
All right, cool. So the three of you pile into the car. Where do you plan on going from here?
We promised we could go to the cabin.
You really want to go all back out there? All right. I just in for the ride.
Okay. So you haul ass out to the edges of town.
Yeah.
Down a dirt
We buy
path.
like loads of random camping supplies as well. Like if we need like a compass, there's like a little pop-up like meal box with some like white spirit, like cake white spirit that you can just burn. Some like MREs like in bags, and if it was cold there, we'd buy like some like coats or whatever. But just generally like hiking equipment.
Okay. And you do. You buy. It's not bad. It's not that hard to get some hiking equipment and stuff to make the trek easier. And if you plan on spending the night, obviously, and not inside the cabin itself, a little bit more comfortable. And you do get to the edge of town, down the dirt road, to the edge where the dirt road ends, and then that walking path, the overgrown walking path there. You've walked it there and back again, but it's still going to require a little bit of wits plus survival to get you down the path easily without getting completely lost.
Oh, Ida's got this.
I would say I'd assist Ida, but I won't.
Yeah, that's not happening. It's all right. We'll see how she does. 5 extra dice.
Kara, did you already roll or do you not want to roll?
Let me roll also.
I rolled a 1.
1 success, 2 successes.
Oh, nice.
So, Kara leading the way with Ida maybe occasionally making a correction here and there, with Saren in tow, perhaps just lost in her own thoughts and more prepping for what's to come than how to get there. Eventually you do find your way down the path, and not too far off in the clearing you all know so well, is that rundown cabin. Door overgrown by grass. It's become quite familiar. It's become quite a familiar sight for the three of you.
Mm.
Is
You
there a
break through the
lantern?
tree- You break through the tree line and immediately start casing the cabin. You do not see a lantern. Going through the apartment or the cabin itself, you find exactly what you found before: a bucket, rusted, dented, not nearly as good looking as it is in the other times you've seen it. Busted up furniture, empty bottles, broken glass, remnants of parties long past. The mold still grows on the sides of the trees nearby and the building itself.
Hope it's still here.
Well, how do we do this?
I don't know. You're the one that wanted to come out here.
And you're the one who knows about all this weird
I don't
hocus
know
pocus
nothing about
bullshit.
cabins and fungus. I mean, I might. Let me see.
I have holistic awareness. I do have holistic awareness.
You do.
Let me. Can I find out some more info maybe on this fungus?
So, intelligence plus holistic awareness to see if you recognize this particular fungus. The other two, you two are also welcome to make an intelligence plus survival check if it's maybe something that you recognize, a fungus that might be common, something like that.
I was about to say, so holistic awareness, I have 3 merits in it, so I just roll a 3 extra die. Is
Three
that how it
extra
works?
dice,
With the
on top.
intelligence roll.
Yep,
Okay.
with the intelligence roll.
It's a
There-
chance die, so I didn't change my attribute, but it's a chance die I
Okay.
failed.
Okay. Ida with 4, Kara with 2. Kara, you first. While you pluck the mushroom, and it looks like other mushrooms. Obviously, it's not anything that seems local to the area. It does not ring a bell. This thing does not look familiar. Ida, the same thoughts cross your mind, but even more so. You've gone through books. You know what? For some reason, Ida really loves her fungus, and she's studied up on it at the very least, knowing which fungus perhaps induces hallucinations, which are poisonous, that kind of thing. That's important for holistic awareness and knowing that type of medicine. However, this particular mushroom is not any of the more new age medicine books that you've come across or old timey ones. This is a fungus you are unfamiliar with.
She like smells it. Puts it on her finger.
I don't. This one, I don't know this one.
Nothing I've seen either.
So these are like from the other side or something?
So if you're asking Ida, I think the fungus is a metaphor for that other world dripping into our world.
Wait,
But
so is this
nobody
like,
asked Ida, so
is this like that Netflix show?
what is a Netflix?
I get out my phone and like bring up Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like the video store.
Yeah, like a Blockbuster.
Oh yeah, yep.
But they had this show where like there was this other like reality which was like evil, and it was trying to come in or something.
Well, that sounds like maybe that's what's happening here. If we think about it, there was this drip drip, right? The bucket is a metaphor for the drip drip. Remember Lilith's here saying the dripping is dripping.
Yes.
Right.
But this all makes sense, but that still doesn't explain how we get to the other side.
Do we eat the mushrooms?
I ain't going back. No, don't eat the mushrooms.
We got all this stuff to prepare.
So you want to go back in? What if we don't make it back out?
What if that girl doesn't make it back out? Maybe that'll be fair.
We did say we wanted to save Lilia.
Okay. I do want to save Lilia.
I
But,
feel
you
more
know,
prepared now.
If
As I hold my pistol.
I guess I'm just trying to say what's the game plan here? We can't just go in guns a blazing. This isn't a cowboy movie. We don't even know if guns are gonna be enough. We don't know how many of those scary werewolf things are in there. Look, I'm all for balls to the wall, but even I'm a little hesitant just to waltz back in.
I don't think there'll be any balls to the wall today. Darren's up cold.
Okay, I think you missed the point. What I'm trying to say is I don't think it's a good idea to go back in. Because we don't even know how to get back in. And nonetheless, we saw both Matthew and Lilia, right? We saw both of them inside of that place. But there's a Matthew out here. And somehow we don't seem to care about the Matthew that's on his social medias in a hotel room in the middle of town.
Oh, what do you want to do? Do you want to go shoot him in a hotel room with a load of cops outside?
No, I don't want to shoot him. No, that wouldn't do us any good. Hey, wait a second.
Oh, maybe we should just cut his throat then.
No, no. No, that's safe for special occasions.
Like Mayflower Day?
Sure. Era. He was on his phone, right?
Yeah.
Can you use the interwebs to find him and see what he's doing?
Like on social media and things?
Yeah, on the space, the MySpace.
You're a little behind, Ida, but I get what you're going at. Yes. I can look. I don't normally spy on my students on their social platforms.
You're okay because you're free now, right?
Free? You are a free woman.
But I guess technically now I can.
That's right. You don't work for the man no more.
I can see if he's up to anything.
And so you do. You whip out your phone and you go through Facebook or Twitter and see if he's been up to anything. And it does not seem so. No new posts, nothing.
He's not been active.
He's just playing games on his phone.
Maybe he's trying to contact somebody. His family?
Have you tried, like, Tinder or something?
Wait a second. All my years in the insane asylum and having to sit in all those rooms with all those crazy ass people trying to tell me I was crazy, right? I remember the doctors, they talked about the id, right? The id, the super ego, and the ego. Each one controls an aspect of our subconscious, of our personalities, right? Matthew, we keep saying, listen, that is not crazy.
What are you getting at, Ida?
I'm getting at the fact that our dreams, remember me talking about dreams?
Yes.
Dreams are a manifestation of our subconscious, of the things that we can't cope with, right? I was saying that. This Matthew, the one here, in our reality, seems to be lacking a piece of himself, something that's helping keep him under control, that part of his brain that controls the anger, right? The one inside the scary place, the forest. He was calm and collected. It was that other part of Matthew that was there. Something's ripped him into pieces.
So some sort of weird subconscious thing where he's been like
trapped in a dream. He's trapped. They're trapped.
What if that happens to us?
That's what I mean. That's why we shouldn't go back in. Yes, praise Jesus. That is what I'm saying. Yes.
Well, how else do you plan on, like, saving the girl or getting him back together? Surely we have to go in and get them to put them somewhere. To, like, recombine them or whatever.
Yes. So
the question still begs how we, the four of us, have to play, what pieces we have to play in this whole thing.
Let's go all the way back to the beginning. Once upon a time, there were 4 random people in a cabin. We saw some shit. We faced our fears. We slit some throats. We took some drugs. And at the end of that, we all did something. Remember? We gave blood to bring Matthew back into this place. Remember, he came out of that damn big old flower.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right. most of the time when you're using blood, and it's usually some kind of sacrifice. It's used to connect, to give power or energy, right? So what if we brought this Matthew back? What if our connection is that our fears, which are deep and scary, because we were all there, helped feed whatever it was that needed to pull them apart or bring them here, or keep them there.
So do we just keep feeding it fears of ours, or I don't.
You have to feed on these mushrooms or something?
Let's say we're going back in. Let's say we're gonna go be heroes, since that seems to be, what you guys want to do. What are we gonna do? We're gonna just show up again and wander the woods for days? I don't think my poor back or my bunions can take it.
Those things found us eventually. We found Lilia, and we were so close to getting her and taking her with us. We were so close. Look, it's scary in there, but we put up a fight.
Barely. And the only reason any of us lived is because I gave her back.
I think next time you can make a better job of being a distraction.
Well, I think next time we ought not die so fast. Almost died. I'm just saying, we just flesh bags, people. Just humans. So if you think we're gonna waltz in there, guns a-blazing and face down whatever paranormal demon is stealing kids, you got another thing coming.
I tried having a day off. I tried getting us all drunk and having a good time. And what happened?
You pissed yourself.
I think that was your fault. But more importantly, even though we were unconscious or sleeping or talking to some random kid, we all ended up back there. So I'm going to do the only thing I know how to do.
What if we try to replicate a shared dream? Instead of being under the thrall of something that's pulling us in, what if we go to it?
How would we do that?
I don't know yet. Step at a time. One step at
I don't know. Do we all dream at the same time? Sleep? I mean, we have done that before.
We always go. We always end up together there, and then end up back here together.
What if Darian is there right now? Because he's unconscious.
Well, we obviously need to go in and save him.
Did you just say that, Darian? Oh no.
He could be trapped in there. Maybe that's what happens to us when we go to that other dream state, is we're in a coma.
Yeah, our bodies go into sleep stasis.
Oh boy.
Oh, hey, okay. You know what? We would know if Darian is dreaming. There's been research done that talks about the state that the body goes into and the way the mind works when it's dreaming. The way it flashes and functions, it's different than when we're in reality and consciousness, right?
Maybe
the doctors, Darian's information. We can call the doctors and find out that they said they've been doing research on him, trying to figure out what's wrong with him. Maybe they know if his brain is functioning at full capacity, as if he's awake here but he's not, or if he's dreaming.
Maybe some neurological doctor.
Yes, brain doctor.
It's worth a shot, but I don't know.
Give us that information.
Yeah.
As his mama.
Funny.
And sorry, who Hi. You try reach, but you don't have a signal out in the woods.
I've got no signal.
I got $20 that says that bucket's got more water in it than it did last time we was here.
Look in the bucket.
Tipped over, tipped on the side, empty, dry.
Oh, it's empty.
That doesn't surprise you completely, however, Ida. As when you remember when last time you were here in the real world, the bucket wasn't even there initially, and it seemed to
That's
have
true.
appeared.
Is it? Do we still hear the drip?
Right now, no.
Oh,
Turn the bucket back. Place it on
Sure.
the ground. Take a couple of steps outside. Do we hear a drip?
Not yet.
Oh,
Maybe the blood has something to do with it?
oh. Well, if you're getting ready to sacrifice some, go ahead. I'd be interested to see that.
Wait, blood?
Oh, we had to do blood with the Matthew double or whatever the hell it
Wow.
was.
It's
Right.
not dripping. I don't hear the drip. It makes me nervous. We've heard the drip every other time. Why now? What's different?
do we see anything different other than in the cabin?
Give me a composure plus intelligence check. Keep your see if you keep your mind about you to see if you can piece together what's happening.
That should not be a... Sorry, I had a chance die selected.
No problem. All right, Kara and Ida. It takes you a little bit. You're looking around and you're wandering maybe around the cabin inside. What's right? What's different? What's different? What's different? And while the cabin itself is a mess and any little piece could be out of place, maybe a bottle is in a different spot, that stuff doesn't come to you. The thing that sticks out and the one thing that you both come together on is the time of day. Every single time you've heard the bucket drip, it's been at least close to night.
Hmm.
And right now it's very early. It's still like noon 1.
Do I know of any occult or like spells or rituals that trap things? Trap paranormal activity?
Trap it? Give me an occult roll.
All right, flat occult. Here we go, gang.
Also, do you share the knowledge of the... It was nighttime only?
So one there. Not
Kara would. As much as I hate being here at night because it's creepy, perhaps we should wait out till it gets dark, like all the other times we've been here.
Every time we've come back through there, it's been exactly midnight.
It's true. And
Yeah.
guess what? People dream at night.
Ida, as far as your occult roll, you've read plenty of things about rituals that can help trap ghosts in place and potentially be able to barter with beings beyond the realm. But they're always involved a big ritual of like drawing out a circle and laying out offerings and that kind of thing. But yeah, that kind of thing is not unheard of.
I feel like there are these bigger forces at play, something that's manipulating the situation. I want to talk to it. I want to look it in the eyes.
And how are you going to do that?
Well, since we're not necessarily in a hurry and we don't have anywhere to be, we could set up a trap.
What kind of trap?
There are lots of different kinds of traps. There's summoning traps and crossroad traps, and we have to figure out a little bit more. Maybe I need to think a little bit on it, but it's a possibility. I could possibly try to trap something, bring it here to us.
Basically, yeah, Ida's on the right track in that she would need to know a little bit more about the kind of thing she's dealing with to set up the right kind of trap. Because if you set up a trap, say, for a ghost and you're dealing with, say, a vampire, for instance, it's not going to work.
Right.
Well,
Want to hang out here till dark?
Have we any idea what it could be?
I mean, I gave you my theories. Vampires feed off of lots of things, including fear. They can suck it right from you.
and they like to come out at night, right?
They do. They like to come out at night.
Demons and beasts like to feed on fear as well.
That's true. Yeah, demons and such. They're real, and they'll suck it right from you too. It could be some kind of magic user, a really high-powered witch, maybe. But thinking about these dreams, it makes me think that it's something else, something maybe another mortal using magics to control us.
I still can't believe we're talking about all of this. Like it's some sort of real thing. Witches and vampires and okay, let's do it then. Let's make a trap.
Can we just make a trap for all of them?
Not quite that simple.
It would take supplies and time that you don't necessarily have right now. You came out prepared, but you didn't come out here prepared for
everything. Yeah, I was about to say we're definitely not prepared for a ritual of that size.
Or whatever you think it most likely is, based on your.
I mean, is there such a ritual to get rid of like a witch or something? I mean, you think this is a mortal thing?
I'm saying it could be. Mortals are just as evil as demons.
Are any of them involved with like people who turn into wolves or whatever, like, but not werewolves? Because the things we shot, they died.
They did. See, it's really interesting because they're bringing up these these creatures that we all know from books and story tales and but they're not whole. They're not complete. Like we know, it's almost like it's somebody's manifestation of fear. Right? Cabin in the woods. Werewolves at night in the forest. All playing off these tropes, these things that we know.
So we all have to be afraid more, is what you're saying.
That is an option. We could get scared.
I could definitely take care of that part. Because I'm already creeped out by all of this.
So you just want to hang out here till night?
What time is it?
It's like 1 p.m. Still quite early.
It's not exactly how I wanted to spend my Sunday afternoon, but
We can go to the bar.
that is an option.
Last time we went to the bar, we ended up drunk as a skunk in your bus.
Look,
And we know that that's not helping Matthew, Lillian, or Darian.
but it
Now,
might help with the nerves.
There we go.
Now-
I vote for that. I think that's 2 votes for 1. We're gonna go to the bar.
Was Addie gonna stay?
Not by herself.
Ada, don't you have like some traps to prepare?
She'll play third wheel if it means she doesn't have to stay at the cabin by herself.
But Ada, don't you want to prepare like some traps or something? Maybe you could do the time to focus.
What you want me to use? Yarn and stitching needles?
I'm sure you can find something that me and Kara can go away alone and have some drinks.
Yeah, Ida, I thought you weren't afraid of anything.
I'm not. Are you trying? I'm getting the suspicious feeling you're trying to leave me in the woods.
I don't know whatever gave you that idea.
Look, you were the one who came up with all these ideas, so we just thought maybe you wanted to get to work.
You seem really into your studies. We wouldn't want to interfere.
What stuff? I don't have nothing but my handbag on me.
I just
You know
like
what?
dump like my
No.
rucksack, be like,
No.
well, you can like go through that. I'm sure there's something you can use.
You know what? You need to go make out in a bar somewhere like a bunch of hipster kids because you're too concerned about your own wants and needs. I'm just gonna sit right here and wait it out. And when it comes running and eats my face off or steals my soul, you're the one that's gonna feel bad. And
Oh, no,
all
are you
you're gonna remember
sure?
is sucking face with your girlfriend.
Are you sure we couldn't persuade you at all to come with us? I would feel so bad.
Am I losing my mind, or did you just ask me to come with you?
Well, that's fair enough. I hope you can like look after this place. Thanks for looking after the rucksack. Should we go, Kara?
What? Just
Saren, I kind of do feel bad just leaving her here now. You know?
Really?
She maybe, yeah, like she.
I is not scared of nothing. You convinced me. I'm holding the fort down.
I hope nothing happens to her. Okay.
That's nothing will happen to Ida. It'll be fine.
Oh God. Okay.
All right. So Kara and Saren will leave Ida to go drinking. My question then to Kara and Saren: how long do you go drinking? Do you lose track of time? Is this something where you might imbibe too much?
Probably not, because I do actually want to go back to save the girl.
Okay.
Yeah, we would want to get there before midnight. A little
Yeah.
before midnight.
Before
Probably
midnight?
a little bit, like just so that like if it's getting properly dark at like 10, we'd get there at 10. Like if it's, when it gets properly dark, so got a bit of time.
So Saren keeps on to holds to her senses the best she can. Kara, you're a lightweight, but you know your limits. Does Kara go beyond the limits?
No, she
Yeah.
wouldn't in this.
But when we're at the bar, I will check around to see if there are anyone matching the description I was given, and I will ask around in case there was any more matching the description for the messing my car up.
Sure. Actually, no. People in the bar here are the regulars, actually, people that you've seen here quite often. It's a Monday night at this point. Or rather, yeah, it's a Monday night at this point. So it's relatively quiet.
Okay. I will still roll composure resolve because it's been a long while to see
Yeah,
if
of
how
course.
much I drink. Yeah, I'm going to lose track of time. I pretend I'm keeping track of time, but I'm going to lose track of time.
Okay.
I think what I do actually is we like have a fair bit, like we get to that tipping point where we should probably stop so that we can actually sober up in time to, go for a epic showdown. And I probably just look over at Kara and like, we're intermittently like kissing and getting more drinks and just trying to ignore the fact that existential dread is like the current theme of our lives. And I'd be like, well, Kara, you know that hotel that Matthew's at?
Yeah.
I've still got a key. I like nuzzle her ear, just try and persuade her gently.
I think Ida will be okay. We could probably.
Ida
go
will be fine. She's lived for like 100 years by herself. I'm sure she'll manage.
Yeah. You know what? Let's go back. I could use a little rest anyway before.
I wasn't planning on rest.
Oh.
Ooh.
Then let's go then.
Yeah, we go to the hotel.
All right. So you will go to the hotel and have enjoyment. How long do you play? Do you just kind of like lose track of time and just have a good time?
I failed my composure roll, so I would probably focus a little bit too much. Like I'd probably have set an alarm sometime before midnight, like a hard alarm. But if I ignore that, then I ignore that.
Okay.
I would say Kara is a little more like level-headed in this and would
Give
be like
me then, Kara, if you want to be the one of reason,
Mhm.
is to pay attention to a wits plus composure, a perception check to more or less notice time as it passes, or do you get caught up in the stuff? You do notice time before it ticks midnight. However, by the time you realize it, it'll be past midnight by the time you get to the cabin. And you do know you're going to have to walk through the woods, so you do know that walking through the woods at night, there's a potential of getting lost as well.
Well, I just like roll over next to her. Could just stay here all night. I'm sure I can find things to do.
As much as I would love to do that, we really need to go back.
Fine.
But we should probably go now because I don't
Okay.
think we're gonna make it in time.
You haven't seen my driving.
Oh boy.
So give me, because you're going to jump into the car, a dexterity plus drive check. And then we'll flash over to Ida.
And muscle car speciality.
Yep. +1.
My rolls today are not great. 2.
No, but 2 successes is enough. You're going to kill some time. You're still going to arrive a little after midnight, by the time you get to the cabin itself, but you've made it significantly
Will
less.
this give me some willpower back for...
Oh, yes, 100%. You'll get a willpower back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Ida. Does Ida just kind of sit around and kick rocks, basically, waiting for the sun to go down and wait for them to get back?
Yeah, she like knits for a while.
Okay.
And like does some things and hangs out, yeah.
Sure. Time passes. More time passes. I wouldn't imagine Ida getting paranoid at everything. Every little noise in the woods. Animals exist. You're going to hear things rustling. But eventually, the sun goes down, the noises cease as the animals settle in for the night. And the darkness of the woods that you're oh so familiar with starts to creep up. They've yet to return. And hours continue to pass. Not yet. You keeping an eye. I assume Ida has like a pocket watch or something she keeps to at least be able to know what time it is and keep track of things. And if she doesn't, that's fine. Does she?
She would have a pocket watch probably.
Okay.
That like keeps time like in her purse, and she checks it, counting down to midnight. She takes one of the dream catchers out, the last one, that she didn't give to them, like hangs it on the wall, and maybe makes more of them. You know how you can like do the catcher with the yarn in your fingers, and kind of just she's a bit nervous at this point. They haven't come back. Yeah. Now
at this point, Ida. Maybe one handful of yarn, it's all tangled up because she's lost track of what she was doing. And the other hand, she's intently watching the watch as it is about to tick over to midnight. Seconds are ticking. Tick, 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 tick. Your hands moving, you're fidgeting, you're scared. They're still not here. You're not even entirely sure if you're in the real world anymore. Maybe they came back and you've lost yourself. Who knows? And as soon as the small hand ticks to midnight, almost on cue, drip, drip, drip.
I run to the bathroom to check it.
There's the bucket. Standing up right now where you left it, catching some water dripping from a roof. On a night where there is no rain, in a day where it was nothing but sun.
I'm gonna go back to the center of the cabin, and Ida kind of starts just yelling out kind of to the ether. I know you can hear me. I know you can. I'm not like the rest of them. Come out. I want to see you. Let me talk to you. I got questions.
How long does Ida shout to the ether for before?
Quite a while, I would think.
Okay.
Like she goes from being like angry, like I'm not scared of you, to trying to like bargain with it. Like she uses all these different tactics to try to get whatever it is to like maybe come out.
Okay.
Does it stay on midnight?
If Ida continues to check the watch, the time does seem to pass.
Okay.
Minutes pass. It doesn't stick on midnight exactly. However, somewhere in between the anger and bartering phase, wits plus composure, please.
Oh God. That's where it gets bad, dude.
You're mid-sentence, maybe switching over from anger to, I just want to talk. And all of a sudden you hear outside the cabin, towards the rear, the back end, not the front, what sounds like a series of very quick footsteps and then a tumble.
Ida wobble. Is there a window on the backside she could look through? Does she need to go like around the house?
There's one window, and if she hobbles over there and looks out, it's too dark. You can't see anything.
All right. Scared. You seem worse than this. I go to the front porch and try to like hobble around to the backside of the house. Maybe I've got like a flashlight.
And so it doesn't take you long as you round the corner of the cabin and hobbling towards the side to reel around back, and you turn the corner rapidly and flash the flashlight down. A body, naked, in a fetal position, breathing heavily, lies before you. Long, pretty hair.
Lydia.
Oh my. Darling, I run over to check her. Is she okay? Can I check for?
Like, yeah, you're welcome. You reach down to do a medicine check, we'll say. And as soon as you touch her, her head snaps up. Her hair brushes past her face. And the face of a panicked, naked Lilia stares up at you.
Lilia. I'm not here to her.
It's okay. I take my trench coat off and like wrap it around her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's all right. Let's let's go inside. Come on.
She tries to speak, but words fail to exit her mouth, just babbling sounds.
It's all right. You don't have to say nothing. Shh, it's okay.
And I'm just gonna try to either get her back to the porch or some kind of safety, just out of the woods and the wilderness.
With some coaxing and some gestures, you're able to at least get her up, and she'll stumble her way. You're going to bring her into the cabin. You can place her into the cabin. As you walk into the cabin, you can hear Kara and Saren. I need wits plus survival checks, please.
Okay.
As you're walking down the path to not get lost.
Darn it.
Well, we're making it out of the forest. No, we aren't. One success.
And we'll say, as you're walking your way into the cabin with them, you hear footsteps behind you as Kara and Saren break the tree line. Kara and Saren, perhaps a little inebriated, not necessarily drunk, but still feeling the effects of a lot of alcohol. You can see Ida and a body being walked.
Have you killed someone?
Ida?
As Saren kind of shouts out, Lilia will, and she'll like look back, and Kara and Saren, you catch the face of Lilia as she screams and looks back.
It's all right, Lilia. Shh. These are our friends. They're going to help us get you out of here. You don't want to stay here, do you?
I get the shotgun out.
Okay.
Lilia?
And she just will mumble her way into the cabin. And if you say here, wherever you place her, she will curl up into a ball and lay on her side.
Yeah, I'm gonna put her right inside the cabin and close the door and come to the front porch to meet them, like outside of earshot, I guess, of her.
Yeah.
How were your drinks?
Fine, but what happened? How did you find her?
I saved her. I saved her from the forest.
How did you save her?
I walked around back in the cabin.
And she was there?
Correct. I was knitting and talking to out loud, and then I started getting that tingle again, and then midnight it happened, and then the bucket it started dripping again, and then I just heard like the pitter patter of little teenager feet, and then a thud, and of course it was a naked Lilia.
So what brought her here and now? I don't know. This is...
She seems scared and a bit panicked. She keeps trying to communicate, but I can't quite make out what she's saying. We should just
I can try talking to her.
Just gingerly, maybe put the shotgun down.
Maybe I'll just go in and talk to her.
Yeah, just be careful. Okay.
You guys wait out here.
We'll be right here.
Kara, make your way inside the cabin. Keep in mind, I forgot to say, there is no door attached to the cabin. So when you walked out, we'll assume you walked away far enough where you couldn't get in. She couldn't hear you, rather. Kara, as you make your way in, Lilia lies on a heap of broken glass, rocking back and forth, clearly cut up a little bit just from lying on it, but she almost pays no attention to the fact that she's injured. She continues to rock with a trench coat over her, whining, whimpering, not making eye contact.
Lilia, it's me, Miss Harper. Do you remember me?
She continues to whimper and whine and rock, but pays no heed to any voice coming to her.
Sweetie, it's okay. Nothing's gonna hurt you anymore. You're safe now.
Continued, rocking, humming, whimpering.
Did you come from... Where did you come from?
She continues to ignore you.
We know where Matthew is.
You say Matthew, and her head will slightly look in your direction, though not fully and never making eye contact with you. But she never stops rocking, and she never stops whimpering.
Matthew is
Kara,
safe.
Can I get a composure plus intelligence check from you? Kara, you remember what rooted Lilia back in the forest, don't you? What would seem to keep her rooted?
Moonlight Sonata.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I begin humming it.
After failed conversation, you begin to hum. Her whimpers and hum over time slowly coincide with yours. She continues to rock, still doesn't really make much contact with you in any way, eye contact or any physical contact, but her hums become that of Moonlight Sonata as well, and she hums it with you.
I'll continue to do that for just a little bit, and then I'll try talking to her again.
What do you say?
Lilia, do you remember anything that happened prior to you coming here right now?
She continues to hum Moonlight Sonata regardless of whether you hum with her, but she will break the humming every so often to speak words. She'll say to that question specifically, I was forest, running, lost Matthew very soon. Now I'm here.
Were you just running and running,
She nods her head vigorously,
but not sure what you were running from?
continues to nod vigorously.
This all sounds very, very familiar. What about anything leaking?
She shakes her head.
Okay. If she doesn't say anything else and just keeps humming, I'm going to go outside and talk to Saren and Ida.
And you do.
This Lilia, she seems to be the same as Matthew, the Matthew that was here. Same story. She was just running and running till she showed up here, just like what Matthew told us.
But we know that that's not true, because manifestations of both Matthew and Lillian were in this other place.
They seem a lot more real than these kids do.
Or
She
at least-
did. She did recognize Moonlight Sonata, if you guys don't remember, what she was playing on the piano.
She's like some sort of pale imitation of the real one.
I don't know.
Ada, can you do those, like, traps or whatever that you put, like, vampires in and they get stuck, and we could just walk her through the trap and see which one snaps?
Well, there's an easier way to do that.
Ida rummages through her.
She's gonna
Her
pull out the
purse.
38. Oh, God.
yeah.
Yeah.
And pulls out one of her flasks. This
Mhm.
one's full of holy water.
Okay.
And she kind of walks through
The door and says, Lillian, are you thirsty? Would you like something to drink?
She's humming Moonlight Sonata when you walk in, and when you ask, she kind of just looks back to you, not curiously, but just kind of pays attention to you. And after some continued humming, she reaches out, like her hands shaking, like for a drink, and she'll pull it to her and just start chugging the water. And
But
she
no
continues to chug with no effect.
Okay, I go back out front.
You just keep that. Well, she is definitely not a vampire or demon, because she just, sucked down all that holy water.
Is that a thing that works against them?
I mean, from what I've read.
So this is still some weird manifestation of Lilia.
I think this is a part. This is like half of her.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, it's just like Matthew is. She's back here because they took what they wanted from her.
And brought them back in these weird plant things.
And they're like trying to hunt her in the dreams or whatever. Is that the point? Like, is this some sort of weird hunting land?
They're prey. They pull what they want. They leave it in this dream dimension, we'll call it, and then they send back the physical manifestation, which is only part of what it used to be.
So this is like the Predator films, but like with Stranger Things combined?
I don't get either of those references.
Maybe we can find where Lilia came from. You said she came from the back of the cabin?
She did. Yes, she came running out of the forest.
Maybe that giant plant thing is back there. Maybe she came out of that.
Oh, you mean a pod?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go pod hunting.
Let's see if we can find it.
So you guys go I assume you're basically going to look around. I don't want to say a huge distance, but a decent enough distance around where you can do it. Sure. That would be a.
I'll stay with Lilia. I don't want her to run away.
Okay. Whoever's looking, wits plus investigation.
Okay.
So the both of you are looking, and while you never find a pod or a plant that looks like what you remember in your very first encounter together. While the two of you kind of maybe went separate ways and start to meet together at the back end in the forest, as you come together and Ida's like, nah, I didn't find anything, and Kara also agrees like, no, I didn't find anything either. Kara, your foot hits something that stands between the two of you, and as you look down, it's covered in leaves and grass and stuff. But there's something there, and maybe out of curiosity or whatever, you reach down. Well, maybe this could be an important clue. You kind of brush it away and pull the plants away, and Ida as well starts pulling away plants. What you do discover is a rusted, broken, old as hell lantern.
The lantern. Does this look like
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, wait a second. What if they're the same woods? It's a dimensional overlay.
That's what I was saying, like the upside down from Stranger Things.
I don't get that reference. She says, I don't know what that means.
Like a shadow world, like the world's the same, but like different.
Yes, like a shadow world. And this is the lantern we had there, right? It came back with her.
Maybe that's how she got here. But that's also how we traveled.
But she's the same as
but
Matthew,
the lantern,
and that was a pod person type thing.
But the lantern was brand new. It wasn't old and rusty like this.
Well, the hut's crappy over here. It's better over there.
Perception check from the three of you, please.
Oh no.
We're all dying.
As you're conversing.
So that's wits.
Yep, wits and composure.
Composure. There we go.
Beautiful. Ida first.
Dot. Wow.
Ida, you hear Kara, Ida, and Saren, you hear movement, cracking glass, maybe footsteps. Ida, you hear words being spoken, mumbling, but you hear them pretty clearly. I've got to get back. I've got to get home. I've got to get home. In the voice of Lilia.
Home.
And eventually you see her stepping out of the cabin and almost ignoring you completely, looking to walk past you.
Like into the woods or back the path towards town?
Back towards town into the woods, though. Like through the woods, back towards town.
She's talking about going home. Matthew talked about going home, remember? Everybody wants to go home. And that tingly feeling I got when I saw you as a child.
You're getting that tingly feeling as you see Lilia leaving the cabin and walking beyond you.
Don't stop her. Let's follow her.
Okay.
Or she'll just go home like Matthew did and all that.
She might. Everybody's definition of home is different. Let's see where she goes. Let's follow her.
Okay. Matthew ended up in the school. Maybe that's where she's going?
Or we could just use this lantern, take her back over the other side, and see if she's any different over there.
Why do you want to go back? I don't understand.
Well, we can come back. We've got the lantern now. We can go across, and then we can come back, see if she's different.
What does the lantern have to do with crossing?
We have to go, like, hold the lantern and go around, like, 3 times the same.
I said, I don't want... We think that's how it works. What if we get trapped?
She continues... While you're bickering, Lilia continues to walk. Are you guys following her, or are you staying and kind of...
Ida's like, if you want to go back to the deep, dark dimension, have at it. Carry the lantern if it makes you feel better. I'm following her.
Maybe we should follow her.
Carry the lantern and follow her.
Okay. And you follow. She eventually breaks through the tree line to the dirt road, walks past your car, and continues walking down the road. Takes a while. This is a long road, but eventually, after maybe an hour or so, she makes her way to the street, takes a turn towards town, and starts walking barefoot.
We'll
town.
drive alongside.
And she will walk, ignoring you for the most part. Every once in a while, she might glance over at you. Then she walks forward, and she literally just continues to walk towards
I assume
town.
she ignores us offering her a lift.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the rate she's walking, it's going to become sunrise by the time she gets there.
That's okay.
Yeah, we'll keep following.
Should
Sure.
we call us in? Like, someone's going to see her and call the police.
You know that it's ever more. The threat of her being seen is bigger the closer to town you get.
I lean out and go, Lilia, let us take you home.
Don't talk to me, old lady.
Okie dokie.
Lilia, where is home?
She looks to you and she says, "Don't be an idiot, Miss Harper."
Is it just me or is she sassy like Matthew?
She just had a change of tone.
Talk to her, Saren.
Hey, Lilia. You're an asshole.
And you're a washed-up bitch.
Hey, my theory is right. My theory's right. So the id, ego, and super ego, each of them control an aspect of the brain. The id is like the piece that maintains the primitive and instinctual parts of who we are in our mind, right? And the super ego, it's more like a moral compass. It maintains the consciousness of our moral operations. And then you have the ego, which we kind of use incorrectly most of the time in terms of the vocabulary. But the ego is really that realistic part of the mind, the one that ties the id and the super ego together, helping them maintain balance.
Hey, Lilia, do you know who I am?
She looks over and she says nothing.
How does she know I was washed up?
Well, I know you.
Do you say that out loud? So that she could hear, or do you say it in the car where she can't
In the
hear?
car, probably.
Okay.
Well, that's pretty common knowledge, isn't it?
She might have recognized you.
Maybe.
Or she recognized you from when she saw you on the other side.
Maybe they're sharing knowledge. Maybe she saw the weird fear dream we all had.
Oh yeah. You've been like kind of a failed pop star for a while now. It's been longer than a year.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So see,
I mean, I thought it was common knowledge he was washed up.
Yeah, but that was like 8 years ago. She's what, like 14 or something? She'd been 6.
16.
Wow, she'd been 8.
I mean, but she's 16 now. You was washed up just still a year ago. You have maybe some idea. You think that maybe she's in on something that she's not who she says she is.
Maybe.
What's plus composure? You all rolling so well.
Do I
She's
too
now.
roll?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody roll.
Okay.
Yep. 3 of you notice as you're bickering and keeping an eye on the road. She now seems to be chuckling, laughing, maybe. Her body convulsing at the very least, like she's laughing. And if you listen, you can definitely hear something.
What's so funny?
She doesn't respond. She's just laughing.
What are you scared of?
She doesn't say anything. She just continues laughing. The laugh gets stronger and stronger.
I just starts laughing with her.
And she'll laugh with you. You laugh. She looks back to you and she like points and starts to laugh. But she continues to walk while she does and laughs with Ida.
Are we going towards the hotel that Matthew's in?
You're still on the road,
Okay.
heading to town.
Lily, do you
It's a
want to
long
go
ways.
see Matthew?
She continues to laugh.
This bitch is crazy.
Hey.
Where's her feather?
Saren, can I play something on your radio?
Plug my
Yeah.
my radio's not there. My
Oh
radio
yeah,
got
the radio's
stolen.
gone. It got stolen.
I get out my phone and I start playing Moonlight Sonata from like Spotify.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sure,
yeah.
sure. So you're playing that. She's like, and you maybe hold it out. And she looks to you. She starts to laugh. Fuck you! And she starts to run.
Oh,
Follow her. Go.
get the crazy girl.
And she starts to sprint. And if you continue to chase, she veers off the road and it books it into the forest.
Shit.
Yes. I just stop the damn car.
We
I
need to
thought we were
follow
chasing her.
She just ran off in the woods. You can't drive your sports.
Yeah, she veered off to the right as soon as she realized you were chasing her with the car, and she just went into the thick of the woods. off
thick
the
woods.
right-hand
Okay,
side.
yeah, okay.
Like
Yeah, in
not
which
where it
case-
would be easily
Yeah,
drive.
in which case I'll like pull the car up.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone dives out. I will lock it for all the good it does. We'll sprint after her.
What's your speed? What is your speeds?
Oh, mine's I'm
Bottom
short
right. It should be right under side.
12.
12 is your speed.
side.
9? 7. Ida, you're gonna be hobbling behind. Kara, you can kind of keep pace with her, but you can never truly catch up. It's Saren who's able to gain ground, and she, like in a wild, manic face, constantly looks back, looking at you, and then looking forward and dodging.
Can I
and
try and hurt her?
How?
Because I'm faster than her. I can like come up alongside her, and if she tries to run away from me, she'll run like the opposite direction that I'm on the side to. So I can try and herd her back towards.
Oh, hurt her. I think you meant hurt her. I was like, are you
Oh,
gonna
no, I
bang
don't hurt her just yet.
Sure. You're absolutely welcome to. So you eventually, Saren, you're able to keep chase. I mean, you're geared for this. You've got hiking boots and stuff. She's just naked. She's just busting through the woods as fast as she can, constantly looking back, screaming at you so often to get the fuck away from me. Stop chasing me. Leave me alone. And you don't. And you continue to. And you'll get alongside her. And I will have you make a dexterity plus athletics check to try and like herd her in a direction.
Okay. Oh, and I should change this to some sort of chase music.
Oh,
And you
nice.
do. So you herd her in a way that you're able to at least get her up in front of her and push her in a direction that helps the other two catch up. Eventually, the other two, as you're herding her and the other two do reach, she actually puts herself up against a tree. And she looks wild, manic, panicked. Her fingers continue to move and she's looking around as the three of you maybe surround her.
Her fingers are moving like she's
Like
playing
she
a
did
piano?
No, not like a piano, but just like more like nervous twitching.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Shh.
Lilia,
What do you want? Why are you chasing me? Let me go home. I don't belong out here. Neither do you.
just tell us where you're going.
Help! Help! And she starts shouting for help.
I start humming Moonlight Sonata, hopefully.
She
it'll calm it
continues
down.
to screech for help before eventually she looks to her side. And then she looks to you. And she looks confused. And then her with a look of determination, she lets herself fall from the tree on her back into the shadow of the tree.
Oh,
And the three of you watch as she sincerely falls into and through the shadow, as though it engulfs her completely. With plus composure, the three of you.
oh my God.
Ida and Saren, you don't see her, but all of a sudden, a good distance out, you can hear what sounds like hurried footsteps.
I will chase in that direction instantly.
Okay,
Oh,
so
God.
so the three of you will start booking it in that direction. Saren continuing to keep her ears open as well as Kara, and eventually, maybe 100 yards out, you see her running. Not in any specific direction. Doesn't seem like she's running towards town. She just seems to be running.
Gonna try and catch up to her, and when I catch up to her, I'm gonna attempt to grapple her.
Okay. It takes some time, and she will hear you coming, but you're not trying to hide yourself. You're not trying to be sneaky. And you continue to burst forward as fast as you possibly can. Eventually, you're able to catch up. I need a strength plus brawl -1.
Okay.
She fights at you as you reach out to try and grab her, and she's swatting at you and trying to push you away.
Oh, keeps changing it for wits. There we go. -1. One success.
That's enough. And so as you reach out and grab on her, she's pushing you off. You're able to slap away her defenses. You wrap your arms around her stomach, squeeze tightly, and with a big kick of your back 2 feet, you just give it everything you have, and you're able to topple her over with you on top. And you roll on the ground, and she kicks, and you kick. You're trying to pin her down, and eventually you land on top, and you're able to just hold her down as she's like, "Help! Help! Somebody help!"
Ida is going to try.
Kara and Kara and Ida will be able to catch up at this point.
Ida cups her mouth to keep her quiet.
Yeah, help!
Kara's gonna try to help Saren, like maybe like prop her up, like we could both hold her and not like pin her down.
Okay. Basically, she's going to get an opposed strength plus brawl check with a minus to it in a bit, but you just pinned her. I'll allow conversation if you want.
Quick, someone, like, point a torch at her so she doesn't go through the tree shadows?
Oh, light. Yeah, Ida flicks her flashlight on and tries to keep like shadow out of the area.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a
Carol
reaction in her, like, eyes or her face as soon as there's light.
So her pupils contract, but her eyes are darting around with your hand over her. She's not screaming as much anymore, but she's still trying to. As you hold her mouth shut as tightly as you can, you actually do feel her teeth pressed up against the palm of your hand as she tries to bite you every so often, but you're able to prevent that from happening. But she seems to react to the light, not necessarily in a kind of like negative style, but this physical representation of the fact that she knows light is there, and she continues to look around, panicking.
I'm gonna look around also, just around the area, see if I see anything weird, any shadows or anything like that.
Okay. So you look around, and I mean, there are shadows flickering everywhere, especially with Ida flickering a flashlight around. The trees dance, and the shadows dance amongst themselves in the background to the point where your brain is playing tricks on you. You're seeing things. Maybe something ran by. You don't know if it's a shadow or a tree. You're not even entirely sure if you are where you think you are. You've done this before. You don't know. But right now, your focus is on her. And there are shadows dancing everywhere, where eventually, as you look back, she's able to kick off and immediately try and she pushes herself up and she takes off again, ensuing another chase.
Damn.
Do you chase?
Yeah.
Ida yells out, "We'll take you to Matthew!"
And you just hear her shout, "Fuck you!" as she
Well,
continues.
fuck you! I yell back.
I'm so tempted to shoot her. I run after her.
Okay, are you going to try and grapple her once more?
I think I'm going to hit her in the back of the head with the gun, and then I'm going to try and grapple her.
So you're going to strength plus brawl, strength plus weaponry check as you try and just bop her in the back.
No, I'll punch her instead or whatever. Like, I'll try and
Strength
grab
plus
her and then
brawl.
just sock her across the face.
Strength plus brawl. Ooh, a 10 in there. 2 successes. So you clock her for 2 bashing damage as she stumbles but takes the damage and continues to try and run.
Okay, and then I'll try and grab her.
That'll be, I will say that'll be your round as we move on to the other two. Kara and Harp, unfortunately, you're not able to keep up. However, much like before, as soon as you punch her and her face snaps to the side and some spittle flies out of her mouth, you did clock her quite hard. She kind of stumbles and almost like scrambles on her hands and knees as she quickly changes direction in the way that you kind of punched her. And without even thinking, and once again, you see her step into a shadow and disappear. Wits plus composure, the 3 of you, all 3. Yeah, the three of you are able to hear a good distance away again what sounds like footsteps. And as you change direction and move in that direction, again, many yards out, you can see her sprinting. You're gonna catch up. What's the plan?
Lilia, we're just trying to help you.
I just got a plan. Does Saren manage to tackle her this time?
He has to make a roll at a -1, strength plus brawl -1.
Okay.
Okay, you do.
As soon as she goes down, Ida comes over and takes her shoelaces out of her old lady shoes and ties both her hands and her feet.
Okay. You do what you can. I would say, I don't think I need you to have a roll for that, really. There's no real. Actually, you know what? No. Wits plus survival check to know to tie like a really good knot.
Oh, I got that survival. Don't you fret.
Oh, I know you do.
Oh, I got that survival. Where's it at? I gotta find it. Sorry, my fake eye is there. It is.
No, it's all good. I can imagine. Painful.
Wits and survival. Okay, cool. Come on, Ida.
3 successes. So you tie a great knot as you tie her hands and her. You bind her hands and then you bind her feet together.
I take off my sock and shove it in her mouth.
Oh. Yep.
Oh.
That's gonna be nasty as hell, but you do, and she'll be like, the minute you take her hand off, she looks to scream help, but she's like, hey! And you jam the sock in her mouth.
Now, we tried to be nice, but instead, we're gonna have to treat you like you treated us. Can you throw her over your shoulder and take her back to the car?
She's taking you through the woods quite a bit. Which way is the right way? It's going to be difficult to find out.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Aha, we bought a compass and a map and hiking gear.
You did. You definitely did. You don't know which direction you ran, though, because you didn't take your compass out while you were running to figure that out. I need wits plus survival, and it does just rolling 1 success won't necessarily mean
Oh boy.
you are freed. I'm looking for multiple successes, perhaps over the course of rounds. Okay. And there's Saren. You both, the three of you rather, are wandering for a while before you realize you're not entirely sure where you are.
Well done.
Crap.
She continues to kick every so often, writhe, wiggle.
Okay, I got an idea. I hadn't done this in a long time. See, in therapy, they used to hypnotize me. They would get me to tell them the things that were locked away in my brain.
Are you gonna try to hypnotize her?
I mean, it's worth a shot. You got a better idea.
Go for it.
As you say that,
Oh God. The worst thing your GM can possibly say.
Yeah.
so she succeeds. As you're like saying hypnosis, she's over whose shoulder? Saren's, I'm
Mine.
assuming? What she eventually does is she kind of eventually she calms down, right? She still kicks, she still wiggles every so often, but she kind of goes silent, and she has been silent for maybe an hour or so. Not fighting as much, maybe she exhausted herself. However, in one quick motion, she's able to, weirdly and more acrobatically than you would expect, wrap her arms, even though they're behind her, around your neck. As she lifts her arms in like a quick wiggle motion, latch them around your neck with the shoelace, and get behind you and lean to start choking you out.
Oh, damn.
Okay. As this is happening, Kara's gonna try to freaking run in and
Yeah,
rip her
do
off.
some. Yeah.
Does this begin combat or?
Yep, I need initiative rolls.
Okay.
D10 plus your initiative, please.
I'm sorry, what? Plus initiative?
Just roll a D10 and then add your
Oh,
initiative score
initiative.
to it.
Okay, got it.
And I have a gun in my hand, so.
Yep.
And my initiative, so 9 from Ida.
Okay, the three of you rather are gonna get to go first with Saren at the top, I assume.
Uh,
Opposed strength plus brawl. Basically, this is being treated as a grapple.
Can I choose not to try and break the grapple? Can I choose to just put my shotgun behind my head and pull the trigger?
Yes.
Whoa.
If that's your reaction,
I don't want
yes.
to actually point it at her head. I want to put the barrel right, like, as close to her as possible, and then fire it. It's a very loud gun right next to her.
There's struggle, there's kicking, there's still a shot you could shoot her.
Sure, I'll resist with a normal dexterity brawl then. That's fair.
Okay, strength plus brawl. Strength plus brawl.
What I'll try and do is I'm going to try and, like, do a front flip and land on her.
Okay. Okay. Basically, what ends up happening because she beat your roll, beat your defense last time, is that when you win, you break free. You're able to roll forward and unhinge her from the neck grapple as she kind of goes tumbling forward, hands bound, feet still bound, and socks still in her mouth. But you were able to quickly and efficiently get her off of you.
Yeah. Okay,
Next
I
up
flip her
is-
forwards and then go...
Oh yeah, you still have an action. Do you want to do something?
I'm going to just ready the shotgun at her. If I've got anything, I'm just going to ready the shotgun at her.
Who's next? What is your +2 initiative, Ida?
Mine was 9 total.
So Kara and Ida both rolled a 9. Who has a higher dex? Or who has a higher initiative base score?
Mine's just 4.
Yours is 4, hers is 6. Kara goes first.
Okay. Kara's gonna try to like lunge at Lilia, like just lunge down and like try to pin her again.
Pin her again, strength plus brawl. -1.
Oh, it's a chance die.
Oh yeah, chance die.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. You didn't roll a 1, which is good. You are unable to. She's free in the way that she can wiggle and kick, and every time you try, she either puts her feet forward and pushes you off, or you're trying to grab her and she's able to just roll out of the way continuously. Ida.
Ida takes off her headscarf and runs over and is going to attempt to loop it around her neck and choke her out. Not to death necessarily, but to passing her out.
Okay. Yeah, give me it's improvised weaponry. I would say strength plus weaponry check.
Hey. Well, at least did take 1 in that this time around.
Oh, you rolled a 10.
Damn!
Wow. And so you get behind her as
It's
she's
a
kicking.
specialization in headscarves.
Yeah. And you're able to wrap the scarf around here, yank it back as she and begins to get choked out.
And he goes, shh, go to sleep. Shh, go to
On her
sleep.
turn, she's going to get around before she passes out. She's going to try and oppose your grapple, Ida. All right. And with, actually, so she's supposed to roll 1 less than that. My bad. Oop. God damn it, Mathis. 3d10. There we go. Still 1 success. She's able to, at the very least, pull off the scarf to get a breath and hold it out as she's fighting to keep it away.
All right, I was like, hold her down, hold her down.
Saren?
Do you really think she's human?
No, but I want to take her back to my basement and find out. I guess I'm like struggling.
Yeah, she's like,
We just gotta hold her down. I got a sleeping pill in my purse.
I really want to try and blow out a kneecap or something, but I'm gonna...
you can.
She's still a child. I'm just gonna, like...
Does Saren believe that? Does Saren believe she's actually a child?
She
That's the
looks like a
question.
child. I don't know if I believe
Yes.
she's a child. She can pass through shadows. She tried to choke me out, like many other things. So I don't think she's a child, but she looks like a child. So I'm gonna like aim the shotgun and then just be like, and then just smash her over the elbow in the face.
Okay. It's the same thing as before. Strength plus weaponry.
Brawl, because I'm elbowing.
Oh, you're elbowing her.
Yeah.
Got it. Sorry. Yep. Strength plus brawl.
It's that I'm holding the shotgun, but I'm just gonna whack her with the elbow because I have that available.
2 more bashing plus 3 plus the 2. She is still up. She is still breathing and struggling, bruised clearly and fighting, but she is still going.
Does this look unusual for a child? Like
Everything that she has done has been unusual.
Yeah, this feels unusual. This is something would put me down.
It became unusual when she slipped into a shadow of a tree in front of the
Yeah.
Kara, you're up.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna try to help with Ida, who's trying to still choke her out and just try to hold her down so she
Okay,
can.
strength plus brawl.
Do I still have to do the minus?
No, because she has never broken free of yours. So you can only break free of one of the two of you, and she chose to breathe, so she didn't get choked out completely. Okay, you still succeed in holding her down.
Nice.
Ida.
I mean, Ida's gonna continue. Do we have her like solid where I could reach in my bag, or if I let go, will she?
Well, Kara has her pinned that if you let go, she's not going anywhere.
Okay, great. Yeah, so Ida reaches deep in her bag and quick, like, pops an Ambien.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Then she's gonna try to like force it down.
Dexterity plus athletics to get it down her mouth and so she doesn't spit it out.
Oh Lord.
This is a very dark episode.
Yeah, things have gotten serious quick, gang.
We're teaming up on a naked teenager in the woods while trying to choke her out, grappling her, and trying to force her to swallow.
So, in order to shove a pill down her throat, you need to take the sock out. And you do. You remove the sock. As you go to shove the pill in her mouth, she immediately spits it back out at you, shouting, "Fuck you!" And once again, the shouts for help start.
Oh God.
Her turn.
Oh God, she's gonna do something crazy.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Oh no!
Oh, damn it!
Uh-oh.
That's 2 10s. Those of you on the MP3, that's 3 10s.
Oh no!
Oh,
No!
this is not good.
Fucking screwed. Oh Lord.
She kicks free of Kara, breaking out, and able to free herself. And she doesn't go far. She just rolls. She rolls to her left, to the nearest shadow. And as she rolls, it seems as though she falls into a hole. Through. Wits plus composure.
Oh, I gotta be real. My bunions can't chase her anymore.
I'm just gonna try and kneecap her the next time I see her. Like this point,
Okay.
it's the case of like, oh God.
And this is going to be an opposed roll. Because she's trying to
6!
stay quiet. Wow.
Yeah!
It's pretty good.
Kara, Ida, it's deathly silent. You don't hear anything. Saren, you heard a and that's it. But you know where it came from. You know the direction.
I'm gonna. How far away roughly? Do I know?
Sounds distant, as it has
Distance.
both times.
Okay, I'm gonna sprint it that direction then.
Okay. The minute you start to sprint, after you cover some ground, eventually you hear the footsteps as well, realizing she's still being followed. But the footsteps now are just little hops as she's trying to quietly get away.
Okay, I'm gonna suddenly go and I'm gonna try and sneak forwards.
Okay. Can I get a wits plus composure? Because she's still trying to stay quiet while you approach. God damn it. 1 success.
2.
Yep, that's all you need. And you can see her cast in the shadow of other trees, but the moonlight just flickering off her sweating skin enough to catch your eye.
I'm assuming that she's like hopping between shadows, and I see this occasionally, and like
She's
there's
just
no
like-
way that I can.
It's more like she's inching or rolling occasionally, looking around, seeing if she's being seen. Now you want to approach stealthily.
How close could I think I could approach stealthily? How risky would it be to try and approach close enough to punch her?
It's going to be an opposed roll one way or another. Without her noticing, it would be difficult. You could, however, it does pop into Saren's mind that you could get pretty easily within shooting distance without her noticing. It's just getting closer knows you buy her a moment to dip in somewhere. If she can.
I'm going to put the shotgun away, and I'm going to pull out the 44 Magnum,
Okay.
and I'm going to aim.
Okay. Take a round to aim. Gives you a +1 on your shot roll.
How distant is she in feet?
About 25 feet from you now.
Oh, I can easily make that shot. That's not a problem. Oh crap! I wish I could get close enough to punch her. God damn it! I'm gonna composure this. I need to check this. I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna try and sneak close enough to punch her.
Dexterity plus stealth check, please.
Stealth. Dexterity.
And it's going to need a opposed roll. Keep that in mind.
3.
One, 2. You win. You're able to get close enough where she does not hear you.
Okay. As I get close enough, I'm just gonna like sneak up to within like 2 or 3 meters, and then at the last moment, I'm just gonna spring out, and I'm just gonna go for like a full-on roundhouse kick and just kick her in the back of the head.
Strength plus brawl.
I want to end this. 2.
And you connect. This time, she looks back at the moment your foot connects, and like a flash of white light in her eyes, not from that you can see, but she sees, and she collapses to the ground.
I'm gonna tie her up.
She's already tied up.
I'm gonna tie her up more, much more.
Okay.
I'm gonna gag her. I'm gonna like hog tie her, and then I'm gonna sling her over my back, and then we're gonna go back to the team.
Okay. They're close. I'm assuming they were trying to give chase as well. Maybe when you were like quiet, you were able to stealth forward, but they're not far.
Yes.
I found her.
You got her.
Okay. I don't know how long she'll stay asleep, so maybe we should pop her another Ambien.
I don't think you can get like a unconscious girl to swallow something when she's unconscious.
That's what you think.
Um,
I mean, you can. I'm just saying, if she wakes up and, I don't know, falls through a shadow again, ain't on me.
I give my torch to whoever's not holding a torch. Just point the torch at her.
All right, if you think that's threatening enough. Let's go. We need to get out of these woods and get her somewhere secure before somebody sees us.
Before that, Kara's gonna take like her scarf and just like wrap it around her body, so we're not just carrying around like a naked teenage girl.
Well, I gave her my trench coat. Unless she didn't like, put it on. Did she wear it?
No, she didn't. She did not wear it. She left the cabin naked.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna like wrap her up, so it's not. If anybody sees us, it's not as weird.
Still pretty weird.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna try and find our way back to the car again.
Wits plus survival.
Or if we find signs of the hut, I'm willing to go to the hut.
Sure. Wits plus survival.
Oh my God.
I guess we could backtrack from there.
Yeah.
It's easy for the three of you to, especially with that, it's easy for the three of you to find your way back to the hut first.
Okay.
And you eventually do, whether you meant to or not. You see the hut in the distance, but I need a wits plus composure check from the three of you as you approach the tree line. Okay, Saren and Kara, you hear something, a voice off in the distance near the cabin. A woman's voice. Excuse me. And you hear, God, this isn't right. This isn't right at all. Hello? I heard you. You needed my help. I thought I was... And then you hear footsteps walking around.
Do we recognize the voice at all?
No.
Hide.
Do the three of you attempt to hide, I'm assuming?
Maybe go into the cabin?
The voice is coming from the area around the cabin.
Well, now we know
haven't
roughly
broken-
where the cabin is, right? We know what
Yep,
direction
you
the
can see the
cabin's
cabin.
facing.
Mhm.
With a compass, we know which
you
way
can-
north is. We can find out which way we have to go towards town.
Yeah,
We have a landmark.
you can navigate from here.
We could just leave. We could just go back. We could just not even hide. Just go back the way we came. We heard a voice. Let's just leave.
Yeah. Should we check
Okay.
and see who it is?
Well, if you want. I mean, I can't really carry a naked girl around too long. This is going to be really weird. More weird.
Oh, all right. if you don't care to know.
Well, you can if you want to ask. No one's gonna
I don't
think
want
you-
to ask. I just want to peek. I want to see who answered the call of the screaming girl.
Okay, go have a look.
Maybe-
I don't want to get too close. I can't exactly be nimble with this thing on my back.
All right, go straight for the road. Let me peer at who it is, and I'll come meet you.
I should go for the car, not the road. Otherwise, I'll have to carry a naked girl across a road.
The car's way up, like up the road. So we have to find the road from the cabin and then go up back to the car.
I was
right?
going to say we just go back across woodland because we now know which way is north. We have a marker, like the cabin. We have a compass. We can make it back to the.
If you do whatever you want to, I don't meet you there. But she's gonna figure out who's at the cabin.
Okay. So Saren and Kara are going to leave. Okay. Dexterity plus stealth checks for the two of you as you walk away and try to stay quietly. Ida is just going to try and hide. A dexterity plus stealth check from you as well, just to remain well hidden.
Okay.
Nope.
Crap.
Okay.
I
Don't
get
worry,
seen
don't
with a
worry.
naked girl on my shoulders. This is great.
Okay.
Crap.
Ida, you don't do a very good job hiding, but you think you're doing a great job. Saren, you're carrying a body. It's very hard to stay quiet while also carrying something this heavy. You're doing your best, but Kara, while you're quiet, you notice how loud she is. Eventually, the voice does break, and you can hear and see Ida at the very least. You can see a woman walk out from the side of the cabin. Same area where Lilia actually came from, the rear at the very least. She's peeking, and she's wearing clothing, a dress, maybe a summer dress of some type, like you know what I mean, like a summer dress, a frock.
Yeah, like flowers and
Yeah, exactly.
kind of flowy. Yeah.
And she's looks very beautiful. She looks like a young woman, maybe in her 20s or so. As she perks up and starts looking in your direction. As she kind of looks around, she's like, "Are you over there?" Come. And she sounds frustrated, and she starts to shuffle her way over towards you. Before eventually, her eyes, as she like scans the woods, stop at you, Ida. She's like, "Oh, you're," and she begins to walk over.
Identify yourself.
Identify yourself.
I'm Ida Mabel.
And you're not who I'm looking for. What are you doing out here? And as did you do stop her? She's like very friendly approaching you.
Well, who is it that you're looking for?
Somebody who needs my help. I thought I heard her shouting. Have you seen a girl around?
I'm a girl that needs help.
Huh. She gets close to you. Can I get a wits plus composure check from you, Ida, alone?
Hey.
She looks human. She looks incredibly human. You wouldn't suspect otherwise, except she smiles really quickly, and for a moment you see a flash. Fangs? Not like a vampire, though. You know vampire fangs. It's like her two front teeth are just sharpened just enough, just a little. And you know vampires, they have their canines that they use, but these two front teeth, they're like gopher teeth in a weird way when she smiles. They stick out, they're sharp. And then she closes her mouth, and when she smiles again, they're normal, and as if nothing's there. Her eyes are a brilliant emerald, gorgeous. And her hair is a brown that has a couple of flowers sticking out. And she reaches over to you, and she's like, "Don't mind." And she actually pulls a twig from your hair. She looks at it, kind of, and then she goes, "Not mine. Have you seen a girl?"
I have not. But I know girls like to hang out that direction.
And I point like off the opposite way that Saren and Kara are going.
And she smiles. She's like, "You're a sweet dear." She looks past you. Well, and she pats you on the shoulder. "Good luck out there in the world." And she begins to walk past you.
In the direction I pointed, or in
No,
Saren?
past you in Saren's direction.
I try to catch up and kind of keep myself between the.
I'm sorry. How is it that you got out here? You know, I am an old lady and could use a ride back to town.
Oh, I don't have a car.
So how did you get out here?
Oh, I like to take a walk out in the woods every so often, taking the fresh air, the summer air. It's beautiful this time of year.
Oh, so you're a local.
Yes, I'm a local.
You have a name?
I do.
May I have it?
No. You're a
Is
sweet
there-
dear, aren't you?
Um,
How long have you lived here?
I have lived in this town for about 20 years.
Has it actually been 20 years?
That's actually about true. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
'cause
I just want to make
she
sure.
lived here since she broke out of the asylum. So.
Huh, interesting. Where, never mind. And she's like, well, good luck to you. If you go back that way and see the cabin, you can follow it out. And if you walk straight for long enough time, I'm sure you'll figure it out. There's a road and maybe you can get a cab or something.
Well, I'm quite enjoying your company. I'm just gonna. Do you mind if I have a gingerly walk with you?
Yes, I do actually.
Right. Well, I'm scared and lonely.
Don't worry, nothing's gonna harm you in these woods.
That's not what I've heard. Did you hear about them 2 teenagers that went missing?
She looks to you. She's like, do you always believe every fairy tale you hear?
You darn tootin'.
That's your problem.
Well, why wouldn't I?
Why would you?
Because, stories, they don't come out of nowhere. We make them up from our imagination and our dreams.
She looks to you and continues to walk slowly in the direction of Saren and such, occasionally looking over to you and weirdly engaging conversation with you, though telling you to go away at the same time. It's like, have you always been like this? It's just such as yourself, usually at your age, the imagination is all but sapped.
Yeah, well, most people my age haven't had as much shock therapy. It has a tendency to reboot that imagination.
Treasure that. Keep that.
Right. Through the woods. Are you looking for something particular? This is kind of off the beaten path. As we walk through the woods,
I say kind of loud to let them know that, like, we're kind of maybe trailing them to try to hint at,
Yeah. Kara and Saren, all the while, are you moving at a brisk pace or are you trying to stay slow and quiet still?
Half one, half the other. Like, I think kind of as fast as we could while maintaining somewhat silent.
All right. Time will continue. And while she never truly shoos you away, Ida, she does constantly tell you to stop. But she never stops you. She almost at points in time seems to enjoy tidbits that you tell her. Not in a way that other people enjoy them, like, haha, you're crazy, but how intriguing it is to her that you still believe in these things and how fascinating and how important that is to hold on to that. She every once in a while brings it up, but mostly is like, no, you'll be fine. Go away. No, you're not going to go away. Okay, well, she'll chat. Never moving at a fast enough pace. Saren and Kara, eventually you will break the tree line to the road, and after a little while, get to the car. You were able to move fast enough and Ida keep her slow enough that the two of you were able to build some distance, break the tree line, and get away. So I'm curious what your next decision is.
We put her in the boot, like in the trunk, because we got to point a torch at her. So,
I would say keep her in the back seat, and I'll watch her.
okay, that sounds. Do we wait for Ada? She seemed to be talking to someone.
I don't want to just leave her again.
But
It's the theme of today's game.
Maybe she left the person. I don't know.
so should we wait for her or should we just go?
I think we should wait for her.
You're too soft. Oh wait.
I don't want to just leave her behind.
Well,
Besides, she was gonna examine Lilia anyway.
that's true, and we don't have a key to her house.
Not that she locks the door.
All right.
We don't
Ida
have a key to her
and
house.
Yeah, we're gonna wait.
We should. I think she knows enough about us. I think it's only fair we knew about her. I'm gonna drive to her house.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll let her do it.
So
Eventually-
I was walking through the wood with this lady now?
yeah, so eventually the two of you will also break the tree line. And as you might be babbling to her, trying to distract her, you'll notice Ida that the car is gone. And she looks around. She's like, I don't think she's here anymore.
Right. I've been looking to get a new set of teeth. Ida pops her dentures out. He's really old. She pops back and she says, "Where do I get a pair of snazzy fangs like that?"
She smiles to you, a bright, big grin. She licks her teeth. She's like, "These are all natural. There's no fangs that you see any longer. They look like teeth."
Right. They're just so nice and well kept. You must have good genes.
Thank you very much. Well, I'll be going now. And she kind of puts her hand on your shoulder and she steps back over the median and heads back into the woods.
Wait, but you never told me your name.
And you hear footsteps until the footsteps just kind of end abruptly.
Shit, now I gotta walk home.
And Ida has a very long walk ahead of her.
I'm looking forward to ransacking her house for intimate pictures.
Careful what you might find.
Kara and Saren, you'll eventually make your way to Ida's home. Picking up the unconscious nude Lilia in the back seat that's been sitting back. She's been sitting back there for a while. You enter the home and the cacophony of cat meowing echoes as the first activity in a day since Ida was there bursts out, and they swarm the area, swirling between your feet and desperate for attention, maybe some food. Smells like cat piss and the like. But the stairs to the basement are not far there, and you walk your way downstairs and enter the basement that you were in just a day ago. The shattered skull still there where you shot it, and all the chaos that Ida left around laying about. You shut the door, lay the body on the ground. Before you start ransacking, the camera will pan out, and as always, kind of fade out to the city, and we will cut the episode here.
Oh, we're finding stuff out! We're finding stuff out!
Oh my God.
By beating up naked small girls!
Yeah.
It's not the best way to find stuff out!
Nobody said World of Darkness is about morals.
God, no.
Matt is like, that is not why I got into this game.
Yeah, that's we're officially more than halfway through. Only 3 sessions left.
Oh my gosh.
Oh dear.
Man.
Oh dear.
We're gonna learn a lot more, I bet.
Oh my God.
I'm looking forward to Darian getting back though.
Me too.
Because there's
He's
going
gonna
to
be
be that
really
lovely...
angry at us.
There's also going to be the envious love triangle, which I'm totally in for.
Ida doesn't have time for love triangles.
Ida just
She's
rolls her
like-
eyes.
Yeah, Ida's like, ugh.
When two of the people have envy as their vice in a love triangle, I have time for that love triangle.
Yeah. Ida got to finally play into her greed a little bit. That was nice.
Yeah, true.
That was not nice. So we're going to go and record an after show. Firstly, we're going to go through where you can catch people. We'll also remind you that if you do stick around for an hour, our next show, another full 4 hours of My Little Pony RPG will be taking place here on Roll4It. So the stream will not be going off. There'll be an abrupt change between really dark music and suddenly very light and upbeat and happy, feely, friendly music. Which might be a bit disconcerting, but feel free to enjoy that. So we're going to go through that. For the start, where can we find you, Mathis? Until next week, what do you do and where can we find you?
Mathis Games pretty much everywhere. Lost Initiative show for more D&D tabletop-y goodness. We're doing a Star Wars campaign that I'm running over there every Wednesday. And youtube.com/Judge Mathis Games for retro comedy reviews. And then today will be every other week. We're Chilluminati podcast, paranormal stuff, serial killer, true crime stuff. And we're wrapping up today, Tommy Patera, with the final part of him. Hooray.
Tracy, what about you?
Same as always, twitch.tv/MissMagitech, basically Miss Magitech everywhere. I stream lots of games, StarCraft 2 and other RPGs. I think I'm going to get back into, start playing The Witcher 2 this week, so that should be fun. Yeah, that's about it for me.
Dot, what about you?
I'm Little Red Dot. You can find me online in all those places. I spend most of my time on Twitter, so you'll catch my schedule of all the many places, but I play a lot of tabletop RPG on a lot of other channels, and I've started launching games on mine. Actually, currently through the month of July, as of last night, I launched a beta test of the Fate of Cthulhu build out for the Fate Core rule system. So that started last night. It's really cool. There's like time travel, and we get to go back and try to keep the god from rising versus like fighting them. In reality, it's a blast. So I've got a killer team over there helping me get some feedback to the writers. So you come out, join us for that, and you can find everything else that I do on all the many channels, including my own over on my Twitter, as well as my Discord, where you can keep up to date on a little bit more personal type stuff, chat with me throughout the week and things. So you can get all that over on my Twitter.
Oh, I need to get in that Discord.
Yes,
that's
you should. We have a woman-splaining channel. It's one of my favorites.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's basically an open channel, but we discuss a lot of, of the great things that are happening for women in tabletop, but also like a lot of the inequitability that's happening and how do we make better.
I need to get in this Discord. I need to get in this Discord.
You can do that. Jump on my Twitter. It's right there in my Twitter bio. You can get my Discord link.
Sweet. Okay. As myself, you can catch me at youtube.com/Enter Elysium, where I'm currently playing Jurassic World Evolution, Hearts of Iron 4 as Communist China, and Roll4It, which has had the worst possible random start ever. Hilariously bad. Just really, really bad. So that went well. And of course at twitch.tv/Enter Elysium, where I'm doing a lot of extra surprise streams that are just ran at times, so hopefully that will be fun. We do have one tip tonight. We got a $10 tip from Kwua. Money for Kara's unemployment fund.
Oh,
that's so cute.
That was so brutal, especially as it kept coming up.
Yeah, I know. Oh, man.
Poor Kara.
Yeah, no more income for Kara. Rip.
It's okay. You can just come live with Saren in her RV.
Yeah.
It's okay. Just live off the royalties. It's fine. What is money for? It's like $50,000 a month or something.
Yeah, so you get that the amount of dots you put into resources, you get that much expendable cash basically every month in game.
Yeah. So like, I get a lot of cash. It's like I could raise 25 cats as well.
Kara has no savings, she's student loans that she's paying off.
Oh.
So this is bad.
Oh. Well, there we go. We're going to have a feelsy after show, and we're going to discuss how badly this has gone and what the hell these children are, and the weird fey bunny creature. But that'll be an after show that you can catch if you are a patron at $5 tier or above. That'll be out in a few days' time. Feel free to stick around. In exactly 1 hour's time, we will have My Little Pony, which is going to be interesting. But until then, may the dice roll ever in your favor.